episode 95. I'm Hove. This week, Lego will be late. I'm sure you're all very sad because Lego's really the only part of this podcast that tries to be professional. But I'm joined by the Manigator, Wilson309, aka Sweet Dick Willie, and our special guest this week, Litdonger himself.
Hi.
Ooh. AKA LightBreaker. But I like Litdonger. What's up, Light? How's your week? How's things?
Things are good. I mean, I've been working 2 jobs.
I thought you were going to say you've been working out, because it looks like you've been working out.
I have been working out as well.
I can tell.
But, you know, just been on that work grind and work, you know. I don't really have time for games as much as I used to, but I try to get some gaming sessions in every now and then. Usually with Apollo after work. Usually.
Now, when you play with Apollo, does he have shoes on?
Yes.
The real questions.
That's very important.
I'm not sure he has any clothes on usually.
Oh,
wow. I think he games in his underwear. I'm not sure.
Well, boys, if Apollo hasn't been banned yet, we can do some of the things we've talked about on this podcast. We're good.
Question: is it underwear or is it a diaper? Okay. Does he ever?
Why is that
leave?
a question?
Boxer briefs or diaper is what the man wants to know. The measure of a man. Boxer briefs or diaper.
If he's naked, how do you actually know if he has underwear on, or is he just holding something there so he doesn't have to leave? You know?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Mana, how's your week? What's been going on, man?
You know, just playing the things, trying to get good at Fortnite again. Other than that, I haven't really done. Lost my mind grinding for the Whisper of the Worm. Absolutely lost my mind, honestly. Ranted on Twitter about it. Gunga flamed me for a while. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit, I think.
I'm down. But other than that, I haven't really done much. I mean, played a little bit of Far Cry with Kami. Game flamed by Kami. Chat.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's harsh. He's not fucking around.
How is that game? I haven't played it.
Far Cry is fun. It's just nonsense. It's just you're just driving around. You literally will be driving from point A to point B down the road, and you just explosions in the background, just gunfights randomly, and you're just like, what's happening? We got a bear. We got a pet bear called Cheeseburger.
That's a good name.
Neat.
Are you gonna eat him?
Yeah.
It's really like from point A. It's really like from point A to point Z because you get sidetracked so many times.
Okay, he's not wrong. It took us probably an hour and a half to do this one mission just because we hit so many points in between. It's pretty much you take Skyrim, take out everything that makes Skyrim other than open world, put everything in it that's modern day, add country, makes a country, and just nonsense, and you get Far Cry. So
sounds like my type of game.
Yeah, I don't really understand what you're talking about.
How many players can you play with? Is it just 2?
Only 2 players, so it's a fun time.
Wilson, I see you staring into my soul. What's up with you, man?
Actually, I was looking over here, but hey,
you weren't.
I'm doing good. I've had a great week. The weather's been amazing, so work has been good. Sam's birthday was today.
Happy birthday, Sam!
Wait.
Happy birthday, Sam. I almost didn't believe that.
Because, her legit birthday, man.
Yeah. Okay. I had to ask chat multiple times. I'm like, you guys messing with me? Because she's 150 years old in my chat right now. So
right. That's great. Yeah, we had a nice dinner. I caught a Mewtwo. No big deal. No big deal. Just saying.
I'd like to hear more about the dinner.
We had, I don't know what she had. To be honest, is that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had some sort of a sandwich. I had, and this is kind of fucked up because it was a nice restaurant, but I totally had some amazing chicken tenders and fries. But that's not the best part. We got all these different kinds of chocolate cheesecakes and all these different things to take home. So we've just been yeah, man, really good stuff, really good dessert. It's awesome.
It's the type of place where you get the cheesecake, but the cheesecake is a lot of money and you cringe because you're like, I really want the cheesecake. Because we got a place like this up here.
Is it called the Cheesecake Factory?
No. So it wasn't.
I love that place.
So do I.
Place called, I think, Firebirds. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's by our mall. It's a nice place. Well, it's also a restaurant. But anyway.
Yeah, the cheesecake, I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it was it's worth its weight in gold. It's super good.
Wow.
What kind of cheesecake was it?
There's all different kinds of chocolate. I think it was just called chocolate Bonanza or something. I don't even remember.
I'm a huge fan of Red Velvet.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a really good one. Oh my god. Cheesecake
Red Velvet
Cats.
Oreos, by the way.
Cheesecake
I haven't had
Cats.
Did you see
Look
they have
for 'em.
strawberry cheesecake Oreos?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. They have everything. They have like weird Oreos
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, they have a lot of different flavors now.
I still have yet to see those fucking Dorito nuts.
Doritos
Oh, I
Crunch
actually
Nuts.
looked for them. I
What?
actually looked
Did you
for
find
them, too.
them?
I can't find them.
The only
so far.
place I've seen them is at like local convenience store gas stations, like not just like a store, but one that's like a gas station just has like a small selection of shit inside, and they're always up. They're always up under the counter, like the things that move in and out of there because they're like limited. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I see. I'm gonna have to look there.
If you don't find them, Manna, let me know. I will send you some.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm going out
Because
tomorrow, so
they're-
I'm gonna look for
They're
them.
really good.
He may
Maybe
send
they'll
you
be
a
at-
potato as well. You never
Maybe
know.
they'll be at Giant Eagle. I'm going to Giant Eagle tomorrow, so
Man, I'm gonna need your address and your social security number.
gotcha.
And mother's maiden name.
On it.
Also, your maiden name.
Yes.
My maiden.
My lady. I'm gonna need your maiden name.
But anyway, my week's been pretty good. I played some games, some PUBG, some Destiny, a little bit of Overwatch to check out the hamster dude. He's I don't
He's
know.
out now?
Yeah, the hamster is out. What's his name? I think it's Wrecking Ball, which is stupid.
Damn
Give
it.
him a name. No, but yeah, but like he's called Wrecking Ball, I think, isn't he?
That's dumb.
That's so
As long
dumb.
as it's not.
Well, ain't he
similar
into
to
like a
all the-
hamster ball or something?
Yeah.
And then he goes around and.
all
I thought
the-
that was fake at first when it first released. I'm just like they're memeing something. I know it. You know. It
The
was just
funniest
so-
thing I saw was when they first like announced it, like the ball would roll up and the hamster would hop out of it or whatever. But instead of the hamster hopping out, it was Vince McMahon from the WWF, and he was like, "It's me, Austin!" And like it was an amazing.
I saw the one with the stupid alien that dances. Have you guys seen that meme?
Yeah.
It resurfaced.
Yeah.
It's just loud bass music with this badly like animated alien just doing like this weird dance. It was like a 15-second long. I don't know. It's dumb. I hate it so much.
It's weird how that stuff comes back around, like old.
Yes,
memes
it's like
and
you
stuff.
think
It's
it
really
finally dies off, and then nope, just
No, it'll be
Chuck
back.
Testa.
It'll be back.
Yeah.
Wait, talking about
Always
memes
bad.
and things, word insertion stuff.
Oh, I didn't send anyone word insertion words. I'll get. Oh,
I knew something was wrong.
As you guys talk, I'll send them.
So, but we have to send you. We all have to send
Yeah,
you a
yeah.
word.
Everybody send me a word or phrase. But anyway, the one thing that did happen, not something that happened, but not that we're going to talk about Guardian Con again. But Tefty posted his Guardian Con vlog on his YouTube, I think just yesterday. And I was watching it, and it's like 2 minutes into it. It starts out with like him and Memes at their house about to leave. Then they're at the airport in whatever city in California they flew out of. And the next shot, all of a sudden, it comes up, and they're in the terminal at Tampa. And, like, I immediately recognized it. You know what I mean? Because we were just there. And as soon as they did that and then showed the convention center and everything, I was like, oh, I got, like, super sad and was like, I miss Marcus and Wilson and Claw and even Wenny. And I don't know. It just, like, it hadn't hit me yet, you know, that it was over. We still were, like, talking about how much fun it was. And then I saw Tampa's airport again in the convention center, and it made me sad. Just saying.
It was a good time. I wish I wouldn't have been so frazzled getting off that plane.
You know what would have kept you
Same.
from getting frazzled, though? If you would have had a little purple sticky punch.
God, you just threw it right back. And you know what? You're not even lying. Like,
I know.
That's God damn.
There's a
good for
reason we
you.
play this game.
Good for you. You look good.
So, yeah, I'm just saying. So, you know, you need a little purple sticky punch. Man, if you can't find the Doritos Crunch Nuts, just get some cheesy nuts. And you guys are
Dang
good.
it, man. It was so quick. It was so fast.
It's not even fair.
I'm just too good at this game.
I haven't even gotten mine yet. You're not too good at this.
I'm hosting a podcast.
Prove it.
Debatable.
Someone else is going to have to talk while I think of these. This is hard.
Wilson, how are you today?
Oh, my God. Lego, where are you? Come back.
Please come back.
Have you
No.
heard of Destiny?
You talked about the Whisper of the Worm, that sniper. Did everyone
don't
get a
wanna talk
chance to
about
get
that.
We are talking about it, man. We were specifically asked about it in community questions.
Show of hands. Who got it? Who got it?
I never even attempted.
Really? Interesting. All right. I mean,
you may have saved your sanity, or you may have been those few that were lucky.
I don't know. Me,
as long as you didn't attempt it on Sunday or Sunday afternoon, I think.
Me, Marcus, and Spiffy did it on Sunday afternoon and did it in like 3-4 attempts, something like that. Really wasn't that bad. It was a good time. It was awesome. I loved the platform.
So offended.
That entire area had a vault of glass jumping puzzle vibe with like areas had a bit of a twist where the walls would kind of push out, and then they kind of had like some, what do they call that thing? The dick walls on King's Fall, but they were like kind of like Vex architecture instead of like Hive. But it was a really cool jumping puzzle. It was a lot of fun. There was a sense of urgency to get through there with the timer. And then when you finally get to like the boss room, there's like, well, it's not even really the boss room. Once you get to the, like, I guess the first like combat area, you have like 3 different rooms to progress through to get to the boss. And it was amazing, dude. Like the first couple of times, man, I was getting my ass kicked, like, you know, and we were figuring out the best loadout. We were kind of playing off each other's strengths and weaknesses, making sure that we're picking up orbs, making sure that we're contributing orbs, like all this stuff, and getting it to drop. Like, I don't know, it was a really cool feeling. Like, I didn't go into it knowing anything about it other than the perks on the weapon, like, because I wanted to decide if it was worth going after or if it was the old one. So I had a great time doing it. I thought it was really well done. It was a massive player space, even though a lot of it was jumping puzzle, but I really hope to see more stuff like that in Forsaken. Mana, how was your experience on it?
All right, well, Saturday was the first my first attempt. It was Swords, Gardevoir, and I. And the first 2 times, okay, we got there, we waited only like a couple moments, the thing happened, we killed the boss, we got in. All right, so my first impression was like, well, that was pretty fast, you know? We got in there. I also loved the place, okay? Like you said, it had a huge vaulted glass vibe. I thought it was really cool. I'm all into those like jump puzzles and secrets and stuff like that. Right. So I absolutely love that huge, just like you have to go up the walls and stuff and around the whole entire room, get to the place. I haven't played on Warlock in a while, so it was a bit rough. It was our first attempt. We actually ran out of time just because of the whole puzzle area, and then it was revealed to us they had a shortcut. So it was like, okay,
figuring out where to go. You get into that big gray sort of like triangular shaped room or whatever, and we didn't know where the hell to go. And then come to find out, you could just slide down the steps and kind of curve around underneath up. We had no idea where to go, so we ran out of time. Like our
it's like
as well.
Godvar knew, she already attempted it a couple times before, so she kind of knew where to go. But then she fell down, and I was left up front. And I'm just like, duh. Like I'm just like, hopefully attempt. Like, is this the way to go? I thought maybe there's like bait steps that, you know, but I guess like every green platform, like that's where you got to go. It's just landing on it because it's just, you know, like 1 step wide. But I love stuff like that. I love all the jumping puzzles leading up to it. That one where you had to take like a 90-degree turn around the corner.
Yeah.
And then crouch under.
Yeah.
I'm a warlock. Oh my god. Okay. Like for a while there, I was losing my mind. Like you had to jump like straight up and then like hug the wall. Like as a warlock, it was crazy. But
your
and then
Princess Peach. You gotta get your
I
Princess
didn't realize
Peach on.
how hard it was going to be. Like how much enemy spam there was, which I don't mind. I don't mind. It's just those dang walls that blast you forward, blast you back and forth, and all that. You can't actually chill in the back.
Yeah,
like
you've got all different
scenarios.
All different kinds of variables, like you were saying. You've got you've got an entire row of like 7-8 hobgoblins in the back sniping. You've got those blights everywhere, which you don't regen health, and they slowly tick health away from you. And then you've got all sorts of other assorted taken trinkets and goodies.
It was
thrown
crazy.
in.
It was like, it legitimately seemed like they were trying to hold down this fort with all that they had. Like, it was kind of cool. Like, you were invading them hardcore, and they were actually going to die fighting, sort of feel. Like, it was fun. It was really fun. It was frustrating, but it was a challenge that I liked. So the second time, like, after we ran out of time, we spawned back. The gate was right there again, so we just ran up, jumped back into it. We got to the last room. I think we may have taken down one boss. So we pretty much got the whole field. We were just trying to figure out, because there's 2 warlocks and 1 hunter. None of us were Titans at all. I guess some of the easier plays was from Titan players. And I was like, that kind of sucks, because, like, you know, we're working with the highest level characters we got. And we got farther that time, and then then we had to start waiting. My first 2, the first 2 times was just back to back really quickly. My first impression was like, shit, you know, this is really fast. You know, this is great. And then the wait happened, and I'm just like, okay. But Saturday, it wasn't too bad. Like, we waited. It was we got it like 7 times, and maybe it was like 6 and 7 times, and maybe like 4 or 5 hours or something. Yeah, whatever it was. Sunday, I was absolutely losing my mind. I understand I guess it was a bug or something. But then, like, I started thinking, it was like, even normally, you have to wait for a series of public events, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to get the perfect one. I understand people have been, like, just saying it all over Twitter when I was going on my little rant and all that, but it's just like, after a while, I would just like to regrind instead of waiting for the public event, or give me a thing to do, like, to trigger the event, like, personally, like, you know? And it's just like, I know Hove wanted to talk about that specifically because we had a conversation on Twitter about it.
Well,
seems like the perfect time to get into it.
To be fair, I don't think we disagreed as much, as you were still looking at it as you didn't like the way it happened, and I was looking at it as the way it should happen. You know what I mean? Like, the first day you said you did it 6 or 7 times in 4 to 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's less than that, we'll just say about an hour to get it.
Yeah, just so happened to be just because of the first 2 times was just back to back, so it made it like go by quicker. And then, like, pretty much 1 per what? I think people were saying like 40 minutes or something like that is
so
the
we'll
fastest.
say about an hour. I don't think it's 40 minutes, but either whatever. We'll say about an hour to get it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're successful, it's about an hour. We're talking about what is right now. I don't know if you've seen the damage numbers, but it is far and away the best PvE sniper in the game. Like,
oh no! People are absolutely telling me it blows everything out of the water right now.
It kills Darcy.
Legitimately,
it does 800 and some head damage in PvP. We've never had a sniper anywhere near.
I watched Slayridge. He soloed it with that gun. Like,
yeah, well, he's also
straight up just.
I think he sold it with fucking melees because he's God, literally. But
it's believable.
Granted, take Sunday because Sunday was a mess, and they have come out and they said it wasn't a bug necessarily. What it was is, I guess they were supposed to have something that doesn't allow it to go on streaks of either public event, the Cabal or the Taken. It's not supposed to be a whole bunch in a row of the same one, and that wasn't working. So they're retuning it, and they're going to keep an eye on it so that it's the only streak that can happen is a Taken one. Otherwise, it'll be more back and forth. So it could.
So was it? Do you think
it could be 3, 4, 5 Taken?
You think maybe like the large amount of people trying to get it, like, in that area, maybe just.
I mean, it could even just be that they didn't realize, something was tuned incorrectly. It didn't seem to be a bug, but it just went too far to one side. So I believe, if I read it correctly, now they instituted something that won't allow it to streak Cabal ones, but it could do streaks of the Taken ones. So back to, if it's an hour for what we're saying is like the best gun in the game, and it's something we've been talking about grinding and everything, if it's working correctly, do you think if you're successful, an hour is too long to have to jump on and play that for something that completely changes the way you're going to play the game?
I don't know, for a lot of people that might be the instance. See, I was afraid, I actually put that on Twitter, like, I was afraid, like, okay, so we all know the player base is dwindling. There's a lot more other games coming out and all that. Like, people are disappointed about D2. Like, it's not as, the player pool is not as large as D1 by far. All right, a lot of people are dipping more and more, I feel. Having a grind to where you have to waste time potentially doing nothing for a single weapon or just a single item, even if it's the best item in the game, I don't know if a lot of people are going to view that as worth their time. Especially if people just kind of hopped on Sunday and don't pay attention to any of the news and all that. They're just like, well, this is just a waste of time because like,
well, those
I
people
know
aren't going to know that
lot
was
of-
even a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think
can-
it's like I even though like I got through it and got the gun, I wasn't really a big fan of how it was done, but that's because of what we had previously had in D1. Wasn't like the only if you miss it, you have to wait for it to come around again. Was
Yeah.
like what Sleeper, the Sleeper quest. You had to wait till like what was
Black Spindle.
Black Spindle was a
Black
like,
Spindle,
what,
you had to
weekly
wait, but you
or
could
a couple
queue
weeks
the mission at any
Yeah,
time.
that was
One
my
day
argument
a month.
for it.
But hold me.
One
hold
day
up.
a month.
That's, no, I hear you, and that's fine. I'm just saying, in relation to what we had, being able to queue it up when we were there,
When
ready
that
to go,
instance was
like,
available.
when that instance was available,
You
like-
fail, you're able to jump back into it.
That's
right again.
cool,
Like what
and-
you had to, what was it, like halfway through the mission, then you had to do something specific and get the actual
It was at the
quest to
end.
start.
Yeah, on the
I
way
think if they were
back.
gonna do that, they should have just had all taken public events that
Yep.
week on that planet. Boom.
It's just
Nobody likes that fucking Cabal lander. Or no, what was it? No, the other one is not bad. It spawns. Yeah, it is. It's that
It's the one where
mining
you
lander. or
shoot the
whatever.
ship. That's like the easiest one.
Yeah. No, it's
It's just
easy,
like-
but it's not the one you're looking for. You know what I mean? That's the problem. So like maybe for that week, if they just only made it that public event, I think that would help out tremendously.
But it's every week.
That's cool. That part I like.
I'm okay with the exclusivity of like being a quest or something that only comes with Moon or something. That makes people every time want it even more. But I'm just like, but you just have to wait so long for something to come back. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but after a while, I'm just like, I don't really care anymore.
You know, you
Like, at this
also
point.
don't have to stay there, right? Like, you can go do anything you want and just watch the director every couple minutes.
Right.
Let's
Just
just-
make sure that's in the right spot on the direction.
That's the thing. There's not much I want to do on D2 as a whole as of right now, is the problem. Like, I want to jump on, get the gun, and use it as to, like, versus me standing around, hopefully that maybe I can play the actual thing itself, you know? And it's just like, I don't know, man.
Need to
Waiting
go play
like an
around
hour.
at comp. Need to go play around at
That's the thing.
competitive and-
Waiting an hour to have just a chance at getting it, not actually guaranteeing anything, is like my argument.
Did you say comp?
I don't think anything should be
Oh,
guaranteed.
yeah.
That's my thing. Like, I've always been for...
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It's a looter shooter. Like, it shouldn't be guaranteed. You know, you should be. It's a chance. But the thing is, the timer to like, you can't just jump back into it. Try it again. Can't jump into it. I like that. It's hard. I like that challenge. I like how it's immersive. Like, it has multiple like thing. Like, yeah, like the jump puzzle. It has like 3 different rooms and all that. That's kind of cool. I like the I like that it's exclusive. You can't go for it every single day. You have to wait until it opens back up.
To be fair, though, it's
I
like
just-
3 days out of 7, so it's almost
Is it
half
every
the time.
weekend?
It's going to be every weekend, I believe, yeah.
That's not bad.
No,
I just don't like the wait.
How do you feel about strike-specific loot right now?
I want every strike to have loot.
Right, but
For
the ones they have
Nightfalls,
now,
you mean?
yeah, for Nightfalls. The Sniper, even
If
Escalation
you-
Protocol, all that kind of stuff.
If you asked me when I was farming for DFA, I mean, I had very mixed emotions about it. At first, it was fun, and then after like Nightfall, like 70 something, an hour 34, I was starting to lose a little bit of sanity. But
That's a lot.
at the end, when I got the gun, sure, the gun's cool, but honestly, my favorite part was that I made a few friends. I kind of like reached out to some new people. There were tons of people that I had a friend, and just so we could get a third, make it go quicker, like I'd meet someone through them, and just really cool people. So it was a journey, you know. It's not the destination, it's the journey or whatever, like
Yeah.
whole thing. And it was totally true. That was really cool. Like, but I know that I thought I had it bad. There's some people that really have it bad, dude. And I kind of wish that, like, maybe, and I know this is a lot to ask, and it may be complicated or it may be really simple, but similar to the raid, where if you don't get the exotic ghost, but maybe not to that extreme, maybe it's a daily buff where you get just a tiny little buff each day that you don't get it that week, or maybe even you have a certain amount of chance to get it normally, and if you don't get it that week, the next time it rolls around, maybe you have a better chance of getting it. Like, It's really cool. I like it because the guns are really, really good. That's the thing.
I just
if
wanted
it's really, really good, I'm going for it. If it's a fucking Sparrow or a fucking Ghost,
Well, I was using that. I just wanted your general opinion because I was gonna make a point with that.
I like the time gating of it. If that's what you're getting at.
You want my opinion on it?
Yeah.
Of it now?
What do you think about like the DFA, the
After the DFA, I haven't tried it a single bit after.
what's the sniper Silicon Aroma, the EP stuff,
So good.
all the EP stuff throw in there too. EP shotgun, EP sniper.
I
got
spent
really lucky.
probably only half the time as Wilson for the DFA. What did you say, like 70-something hours or something? I spent like 35, 40 hours. After the DFA, I've yet to go back to grind for another one because, in my opinion, it shouldn't be that low of a percent chance to get that specific loot. I like that you have to grind for it. That's fine. In any other game like that, it'd be like that. Like in Borderlands or something, there's a chance to drop. But to grind for that long without getting a single drop, like of something that you would like to see, I don't think is worth my time.
That's the thing with it though, is that in comparison to D1, and I hate to fucking bring
It was
this
like
up, but like
D1 had
random rolls.
Presumably, we're gonna get that
They were
again.
dropping more free. I know, totally, and they were dropping more frequently. Thus, when you got one, it might not have been the roll that you wanted, but it was like you got a nibble of that carrot on the end of the stick.
And I understand.
In D2,
yeah,
you either have it or you don't, and that's the problem with it. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
that's a problem. But it gets to that point where I'm just like, do I even want the DFA anymore? Like at that point, I'm just like, I don't want any other
It's pretty good.
loot specific, just because I wish
It's a good
whenever
gun.
you like completed like said mission or whatever, that maybe the percentage would increase a little bit, like over time, or maybe
Well, they
you
are doing that,
had
actually.
to. It's like
Yeah.
maybe you had to actually do specific objectives or something that would trigger the percentage to happen instead of just running through it. You know how it's like you want to grind the Nightfall for whatever weapon happens. You just pretty much run through it. You only do what you have to do and go.
Well, they say
Maybe
that
if-
getting a higher score gives you a better chance of doing it, and after doing a couple like just under shy of like 100,000, maybe hit 100K on a couple runs and you don't get it, it's just like you're like, oh, we got to go do all that again, maximize our orb output, maximize our orb intake. And it's just such a coordinated fight to get that max score up. If you're not cheesing it, if you're not sending someone into a lost sector or whatever. But so then it just forces you to just speed run it. Just
Or it's like,
go through it. And it's fun because you're hanging out with your friends. You are just shooting the shit. And you're kind of getting back to that old D1 feeling. But I feel like you just need, like, it was the random rolls is what made grinding very spicy, in my opinion.
yeah,
And
it's what made you look forward to it. It's like you said, like back then, like I used to grind for the what was the Omnigul strike called?
Grasp of Malak.
Grasp of Malak. I would get one every other couple times, right? I grinded a long time because none of the ones I got were a good roll, but just knowing the fact that, oh, I got another one. Okay, one more time. It's kind of like maybe like that roulette, it's just like one more. I can get it this time. But the thing with, I don't know, now in Nightfalls, I just feel like you get no reward most of the time, if at all. I know there's people coming to my chat saying they are like 90 plus hours and they have yet to see it. I'm just like, how you have that much willpower?
So we got completely off of where I was going with that. I didn't really care about an in-depth conversation about those because hasn't changed.
Well,
My point was being that's something that you do a specific thing to have a chance at this weapon, right?
was that towards me? I'm sorry.
Anybody,
I looked over at chat.
anybody. Like you complete the Nightfall to have a
Sorry, my
chance at this
headphones are
weapon.
messing up.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite end of the spectrum of you have a chance to get this thing to do a specific thing that guarantees you the weapon. So those are two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Between the public event for the sniper and Nightfall
Correct.
loot. So the meeting in the middle, and let me finish because I know how this is going to sound at first, would be, if you take one side that you definitely get it, we want from the Nightfall side, we want a specific thing you do anytime you want. And from the other side, we want if you do it, you get it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it should be you just go do this thing, you get it, because that's too easy. I think you guys would agree with that.
No.
But here's the thing with RNG, too, that is an issue. For every person like Wilson that took however many hours to get it, there's people, and I'm not doing this to rub it in, who did their second Nightfall in the history of D2, like me, and got it. So the thing with RNG being, RNG is RNG. It's totally random. So the drop rate on it, theoretically, I'm just picking numbers, could be 1 out of 20 Nightfalls. Would you think that would be too crazy for a really strong weapon, 20 Nightfalls?
20 Nightfalls for a powerful weapon?
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine.
Okay, so here's the thing with RNG. For every person that, for me, that it took 2, there's somebody out there that it took 40, at least, to even that out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's the thing with RNG at all, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why, in my opinion, I would rather, once this public event thing is fixed, take an hour to wait for something and then go get it, know that I'm going to get it, as opposed to grinding something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And maybe I'm that person who, the 10 people that got it on their first try, I'm the one person who balances that out by getting it on their 200th try.
Something that I was talking to Kami about, how about instead of making it like the normal version is where you get the Whisper from, and then there's a heroic version where you get, well, what do you do the heroic version for?
The Catalyst.
Is it to
right?
the Catalyst? I
Yeah.
feel like you should be able to just jump into normal mode whenever you want to, like activate it kind of like Black Spindle, but you don't get the weapon. That's just like you're doing it, and then you have to complete it in order to unlock the heroic version, which then the heroic version, maybe it's harder. That's when you get the actual weapon, something harder. Also thinking back on the Nightfalls, maybe doing it on a harder difficulty increases said like percentage, like actually on paper known for a fact, if you do the heroic version of the Nightfall or whatever, you get like 20% chance more of getting it or something, instead of just having the same outright, just you might get it one day.
And that's fine, but like I said, anytime you're doing something with a chance, there's a just as strong of a chance that you're that outlier that takes forever.
No, completely.
Everyone's gonna think that their experience with grinding is the norm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh my god, like, nobody has this gun, even though I knew that, like, everyone that I had been running it with all week had gotten it before me or whatever. Like, I kind of like a balance of, like, maybe both. Like, I kind of feel like what they're doing is all right. Like, I want to see more of this Whisper of the Worm, Black Spindle kind of stuff where, yeah, you complete the task and you get the gun. And I like straightforward path stuff, and then I like the kind of stuff that leaves it to mystery, and like it pops up and you're like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like Catalyst just popped, you know what I mean? And it definitely gets really exciting. So I don't know, I kind of like the way it's going. I just wish there was maybe a better way to queue into said task, and who knows how fucking hard that is, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that we got it in the first place and it was like a free update with, in my opinion, some of the coolest content that's been in the game so far. Like I said, I really think that Forsaken is gonna really knock our socks off with this kind of stuff. You know, what kind of guns they got coming in Forsaken that are gonna make all these awesome weapons, that's gonna make us not want to use them, because we can bring them forward, and they have to know that they either have to have better perks for the new weapons to potentially roll, or they gotta make something better than Midnight Coup, EP Shoddy, SMG, and now Whisper of the Worm. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if this is really when you want to segue, but that exotic video looked pretty fucking cool.
I actually was already thinking that. Good job, Will. God damn it, you're a natural.
It was hot.
The
dude.
only
They
thing,
look really awesome.
the only thing I do want to say real quick is just, I put out that whole thing. Like, do you guys get what I was saying with that? Like,
Absolutely.
I would rather have a small wait, not small, but small compared to you putting in 40 hours. You know what I mean? For the thing, to definitely get the chance, as opposed to if you're that outlier and the 10 people that got it on their first try, you get it on your 200th try to balance that 1 out of 20. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Well,
somebody's gonna have shitty RNG. If things
part
are
of that
RNG,
was like,
it
is
always
my
happens.
fault not knowing when to just walk away from something. You know me.
Right.
You know I'm stubborn and bullheaded. And then that's a me problem too. You know what I mean? That's not on Bungie. Like, any normal person would have just walked the fuck away and said, I'll try this another day.
but that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
not me.
there are people like that, like the other people that are like you. But either way, however many it's gonna take, I'd rather have a smaller RNG chance and have to wait an hour for this
sure.
public event and get it for sure, then
It's like another one of my fears as of right now for where in the lifespan right now, and like in D2, like I was saying, the player pool, the player base, it's not as hot right now. I hope it gets hot. You know, I'm hoping more people come back to it. For a grind to where you have to wait so long, I'm just like, I feel like that's not the right grind at the moment. I know the weapon is really powerful. It's extremely good. You know, I've been seeing clips of all about it and how great it is and all that. Or just for something, just for one thing that you have to use that much time for, like, I don't know. I feel like that's just not the correct grind, because we've in D1 expressed how many boring grinds there are, right? How many people just hated all those grinds where you have like the swords and stuff like that. Like you have to go out, collect a billion different things on every planet. What are they? I can't remember everything called on every planet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The exotic swords and all that.
Yeah.
It's like grinds like that just take up an obnoxious amount of time.
I enjoyed that.
And eventually, well, there is some lightning outside right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it yet. I'm getting
Generally,
scared.
I can't hear lightning. Can you?
You see lightning. I don't think you hear it.
It's
I hate
generally
you all.
followed by a sound called thunder. I'm sorry, I had to jump on that burn. I'm sorry. This is
At first I thought
apparently
it was-
a cast.
I thought it was fireworks happening. I was just like, okay, but I
little
think
late
it's
for fireworks.
I think it's thunder.
It's never late for fireworks,
Thunder.
man.
My goodness. But yeah,
But
I'm
that
just-
exotic
I just
video, you were
expressed a
talking
couple
about-
fears. Expressing a couple fears of mine for what type of grind it is. My point of view, it's not a good grind, but it's an amazing, like, actual thing to do.
Yeah,
It is fun. I love it.
I need
but
to do
yeah.
it this weekend.
You do need to do it.
Maybe I'll grind again. You want to join?
I'm off Saturday, so if you're free Saturday, let's do
Takes
it.
more than 2 hours for one time. I'm over it.
That's fine.
Oh my God.
That's fine.
Hello.
God. It's like not putting out on a first date.
Oh,
I will.
hell no.
Anybody?
We know,
I-
Hope.
oh.
Hope, we know.
Well, your nickname is Long Dong Silver. Of course you'll put out.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Ding. I'm glad you used it like that, though, Mana.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that exotic
Focus on
video.
that one.
Wilson, you wanna take the lead on that one, because I remember all of them, but I don't know the names of any of them. Do you?
I don't,
do.
but I have the video in my history right here, and I
Ooh.
can watch it with
The hunter chest piece that gives you double dodge. Can't wait for that.
Absolutely. So, like, right off the bat, the first thing you see is the two-tailed fox, which is the fires 2 rockets at once, 1 void, 1 solar, and I believe the void one is a suppressive rocket.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So that if even you do splash damage to someone in their super, you're gonna knock them out of it. The way it fired, it looked funky because it definitely shot the void one straight forward, and then
One where he was looking, and then the
yeah,
other
it was
one.
kind of
Yeah.
like a bottle rocket with
It was like a
broken
no
stick.
scope, the sniper accuracy. It was weird.
Pretty
I
much,
don't
yeah.
know. Like, it looks amazing. However, wasn't this thing called like the Twin Rabbits or something
Yeah,
at first?
yeah.
Because I remember Breyer being really excited about it because it was called like the Twin Rabbits.
What's it called now?
The Two-Tailed Fox.
Oh, so it's like
But it,
Tails, right?
ooh,
Is that a Sonic
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog reference?
Yeah. Totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thing that I thought had the most like wow and shock factor was the Antius wards, which are Titan boots that when you slide, it basically almost puts up like the what was the little running shield that you got in D1?
What?
when you
Juggernaut. Juggernaut.
Yeah. Juggernaut.
It almost puts up like a little Juggernaut shield when you slide, and the Guardian in this video totally shot a rocket and it reflects. So it's kind of like
Memory of
the,
Radagast.
Yeah, that
thank
ornament.
you.
There we go.
On point, Hope.
So it says slide to reflect projectile. So that's not. Is that like everything used weapon wise then?
I would
And
assume
abilities?
the way
I'm
they put it,
assuming-
it's the same as like Memory of Radagast. Like if it's not
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what wasn't considered a projectile back
Yeah, I
then.
can't remember. It was the.
like it
Oh
won't-
yeah, because it wasn't bullets.
No, it was
It
bullets.
was bullets. Yeah.
Not Radagast though. Radagast wasn't bullets. It was rockets and
Supers.
and novas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all pretty much any projectile super you could deflect.
Yeah,
back.
because like Stormcaller wasn't like that didn't work.
This
Obviously,
this can't be normal bullet damage. Otherwise, slide shotgun on a Titan is gonna be nuts. But anyway, I see.
That was going to be my
Fun-
point, actually.
yeah.
I see Destiny Fun Police having a lot of fun with these and putting.
Oh yeah, it's just a whole new way of trolling now.
Oh yeah, and they're Titan boots, like, you know what I mean. It seems made for him.
Well, real quick before we move on, I didn't. I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about the rocket. I didn't get to really say anything.
Okay.
The one thing that threw me off, and originally I kind of thought it would be, I don't remember. I think it was you, Wilson. We were talking about if it doesn't shoot them in like a helix,
Oh yeah.
I would be super pissed. Well, it doesn't, but it's not that they just shoot together. It's not like you're just hitting someone with 2 rockets. It's got some sort of weird mechanic to it. Whether
What if it's like 2 in the chamber and the first one's always void or solar, or maybe it's a delayed?
yeah, but is one tracking and one's straight? Is one like I'm really
The
curious.
other one just looked like a bottle rocket with no stick.
But it
on
went
Like,
right-
It just kind of went off and did its own thing.
It went right
It
at
went
that
at
guy.
both-
It hit that
Yeah,
dude.
it went at both of the
It
enemies.
did, like.
So,
I mean, I
Maybe
don't
they're
know.
both
not a-
tracking.
maybe
Shock
not a-
factor for the cinematic.
Right, that's what I mean.
maybe it's
don't
not like
know.
aggressive tracking. Maybe it's just like enemy here, just fly at them. You know,
Because
Or-
it's got to be something better than just random. Because it's not like with a shotgun where you can roll up on someone. If you roll up on someone and you want to hit them with both rockets, you just die. Like that would be the stupidest weapon of all time, right? Like,
Yep.
Right.
so there's got to be some sort of weird mechanic with it. I'm just curious as to what it is.
Aggressive tracking, like truth.
On one of them, maybe. Oh yeah. Actually, so maybe
maybe the second one.
maybe the first one,
Tracking.
the first
Yeah,
one
fire
tracks,
straight.
so you can track,
Or-
you can lock onto someone, turn, and when you let go to shoot, or whenever you shoot, the second one shoots straight at them, and the first one aggressive tracks back to where you locked on.
I'd be okay with that.
Or maybe it's just a full double lock on. You hold R, strafe over 2 targets,
Oh.
doing. You know.
Ooh, like a mech fighter type.
Yeah,
scenario.
just
Yeah.
lock on.
All the missiles come out the top. Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Be okay with that. Fucking Metal Gear Solid.
Now that you said the Helix thing, man, that'd be sick.
I know,
So
right?
dope, dude.
Just
Orange and
hit
purple.
fire it or something, just forward.
Orange and purple are like really cool colors together in a helix. Make it happen. That'd be cool. Maybe a catalyst. I don't know. But one that I'm excited about, the Trinity Ghoul, which is a bow. And I think this is one we've been seeing a lot of gameplay and Gambit with. So precision kills create an electrical storm of arrows. And PvP, doesn't really look like it could be too exciting. I'm sure there'll be a few moments where
It's
there's
like,
a few
yeah, it
absolute
might.
guardians. Yeah.
Mhm.
However, in PvP, PvE, this thing looks like Zalo Supercell
To
on
killing mobs,
steroids.
like weaker ads and all that. Ad
There's
control,
a-
maybe.
yeah, like trash mobs. Like he just hits a headshot with it, man, and it is an amazing radius that seems to do a lot of damage. I'm really excited for bows. I like Hanzo, and I haven't been playing Overwatch, so I'm excited to pick up a bow again. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah,
I'm just a fan of bows in general and everything. You know,
I
when
think I'm
Lord of the
gonna try
Rings
to make
came
them a
out,
thing.
dude,
It
I
was
was
fun.
that kid, that freak running around the neighborhood with like bow and arrows shooting at trees and stuff.
Same.
So, I mean,
like you're gonna
I,
use the bow. You're gonna try out the bows. They got your style.
I'll give it a shot, but it's probably not my style.
What about
Yeah.
it? Just
Really?
the,
You don't think
the
it'd
bow
be-
idea? Like what part don't
think
you
so.
like?
I like it. I just don't think it'll be my style. I still think I'll run a shotgun and a sniper.
Shotgun and a sniper?
Probably.
I like how calm
we'll
you
just
yeah.
have to see how aggressive you can be with the loadout because Light has a pretty aggressive play style.
He gets pretty aggressive, yeah. Oh, we're talking about Destiny.
He's always aggressive.
Oh,
Yes. First date. First date.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Respectful,
aggressive, unique.
respectful, yet aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah. Total gentleman.
Yeah.
Opened the car door. Little aggressive. I'm really excited for bows. I want to make them my jam. I really want to get in there and do some awesome stuff with bows. But
I do like the other bow they showed in that video too.
that's the one that's got me like really excited. But what you had mentioned was that chess piece called the Six Coyote. That
I'm
gives
all
you that
about
double
movement.
dodge.
I'm all about movement, and
Yeah, man.
that's
So
gonna
why don't
give
you go
a
ahead?
lot of
How,
advantages.
how excited were you for this? Because like you said, I know you're all about movement and stuff like that. So what do you
I'll
think?
probably be rocking it. I'll probably be rocking that. to be honest.
Nice.
The best possible way to showcase it too is with a sword, by the way, that they used it for I was like, you know how many people love using swords? Now they're going to be just like rolling at you, double rolling at you. Oh, it's going to be terrifying, dude.
It's really cool. Maybe it'll cut back on a little worm husk action. Maybe.
I hope so.
Maybe, yeah.
I really hope so.
Maybe.
Stompies are kind of coming back into the mix now.
Hove, you're a hunter. How do you feel about these?
Who says I'm a hunter?
I said you're a
Oh
hunter.
no, I'm probably a hunter. I think it's cool, and I think it'll get a lot of use, and I think it could start to dethrone, maybe not completely dethrone, but at least take some usage away from Wormhusk. But I was never really a big Night Stalker either, so
I was.
Yeah, I never. I'm not all about the dodge. Like, maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll start using it. I don't know, but it's not something. I see the benefit of it. I'm excited it's coming to, create different play styles, but I don't think it's something that I have a plan to use right away because, like I said, I was never real big into the whole, shade step shotgun or anything with, I was no Lumi. We'll put it that way.
I was a big user of the double shade step back in the day with sidearms and NLB. I used to love that. I was probably a little biased back then. I didn't think they needed a nerf, but they probably needed a nerf. But
You're toxic.
Hey, okay. I loved it. I loved the whole thing, juking people out, jumping over them.
It was a lot of fun, man. I miss NLB so
with,
much. It's so good. Speaking of weapons, I think this is the portion where they talk about.
Can I ask one question?
Some of the weapons.
No.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened to the first 5 coyotes.
They didn't
Maybe
make it.
like a Iron Banner type thing, since they're all about like wolves and stuff like that, where like the introductory Iron Lords coyotes. They weren't allowed to have a
They
wolf.
got
You get a
upgraded.
coyote.
Yeah.
You get a mangy coyote.
Instead of being a squire, you're a coyote.
Yeah, there you go. You get like a mangy coyote that like chews on its leg, like that hyena from Lion King. Was it Ed?
I fought a coyote
Ned?
once.
Yeah. I think
Did
you're
you?
right.
Huh?
Who won? Who
I
won?
didn't fucking fight a coyote.
Don't
I
lie
s-
to us,
Really
man.
pumped, dude.
I saw one once, and I got in my fucking car and looked at him until he was gone, and I drove away.
Actually, same situation. We were outside late one night, and we heard coyotes, and we're like, I think that's them. Let's go.
Were there 6 coyotes? But like, no.
Oh.
Okay, cool weapons. We're getting into cool weapons here. Besides the bow and stuff. I think I'm pronouncing this correct. The malfeasance.
The malfeasance.
Very
What?
close to feces. Very close. I just want to point that out. This is the hand cannon that everyone thought was going to be Thorn. And it is not. It seems to have a taking glow to it and some excellent milling that makes you even wonder how the gun works in the first place. But anyway, 5 hits detonates an explosion. What kind of an explosion, might you ask? It's definitely taken, and it's definitely big. So I'm excited. It looks
Lethal
really
explosion.
good. Yes, and the way it's firing, it looks like a 180. It looks
Yeah,
like
it's a
the 180,
precision.
the precision hand cannons.
Not a big fan of those.
Not a big fan of them. Hear me out. If you're going against a team that's holding hands, which most teams do, not a good gun. As a hunter trying to get, that jump height on people,
Yeah.
I love their in-air accuracy. They have way better in-air accuracy. However, if you find yourself in like a casual lobby,
Like quick play now.
or even like competitive, if you're just starting out competitive and you're above the entry level of competitive, go have a blast with them. Check them out. They definitely could have a place, in my opinion. Watts uses one really well, but this explosion looks really cool, and I'm excited to see what this does in PvP, because where I feel that this gun struggles the most in PvP is when I'm in a 2v1 engagement or more than one person. So if I can get a couple hits on a guy and he backs into cover and a fresh guy comes out and I get 3 taps on him and he starts to go back into cover and that explosion goes off, I might get a double down.
So that's how it would work. Like, at least as long as it's 5 hits, it's
Just
over.
5
It doesn't
hits.
have to be a one person. I thought you meant like on
No.
maybe a one target.
No, in this video, let me take a
Yeah,
look here.
I'm having it up right now. It just says 5 hits, detonating explosion. But I
It
thought
does.
maybe
He
he
does
only
shoot
shot
the
at
same
one
target,
Yeah,
though. He
that's
does
why
shoot-
I was thinking.
Okay.
I would think it's
Um,
probably anybody though, because it's the same as Polaris Lance. Like, you don't even have to hit 4 in a row with Polaris Lance. They have to be crits, but you don't even have to hit 4 in a row. Just
Really
so which shot
point.
would cause the explosion then? The first, last?
I guess the
or
5th.
The 5th, the last one?
Just the 5th bullet to hit.
Do you know what would really...
I'm glad you brought that up because I also predict seeing it working similar to Polaris Lance.
Do you know what would be
I would agree.
the ultimate troll, and I'd be super pissed? If it had, like, 9 rounds in the mag. So you could only get it to proc once and then have to switch and then reload.
Please, at least if it does have 9 in the mag, please have like triple tap or like a really fast reload or something. I don't know. The thing looks dope. Like
it looks hot.
Yeah.
The thing looks really hot. I wish it was in a 140 round hand cannon, but whatever. We'll see when we get our hands on it. Black Talon projectile sword. This is going to be the first projectile sword in Destiny 2. I miss the Arc one from D1. A lot of fun stuff with that.
That was fun. That was so fun.
Which will be a projectile, since it says projectile sword, so I'd like to see some projectile coming from the sword and a Titan sliding and sending it back. Like, that'd be really cool. Like, that'd be dope. But swords, projectiles, maybe we'll go to different planets and grind for bullshit, like Mana said. We can only hope. Like, so live, you know,
boy.
Like, I know Mana's ready for it. Like,
oh boy.
You'll never get those swords.
I'm not going to get one exotic.
Yeah, right. You guys have any thoughts on the sword, or you want to see the next one, or hear about?
I'm just
sword
excited. It looks
super
hot.
badass.
It looks cool.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000 voices. I don't know. This thing looks like a Taken trace rifle.
Taken.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a
similar
trace rifle, I would think.
Yeah, so it says exploding beam of fire, and that's very vague, but thankfully they give a demonstration. Best way to describe it. It kind of looks like the
Amakara, right?
what was it? The Eidolon ally?
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Lego. Oh my, he looks extra
Hey,
handsome
a wild
today.
Lego.
Look at this.
What's up?
Hey,
Is that new painting in the background?
Yeah, new painting. I was thinking the same thing. Yo, take it this time. Don't be a bitch. Take it this time.
Lego, did you,
We're really looking forward to what paintings are in the background.
did you get your words, Lego? Okay, bye.
Oh no,
You scared him away, Wilson.
I'm sorry, you know.
Too much
not
pressure.
Not everyone can handle theft of hotel paintings. That's how I
How
feel.
did you get the middle, by the way?
Who?
Oh,
Wilson-
it's the middle for you too.
Wilson comes into the podcast and all of a sudden he's fucking in charge.
He's taking over.
Isn't this your thing? Can't you choose who's in the middle? Click on your own box, you goon.
I don't think I can do that.
Like, Lego's in the middle of my screen.
Lego's
Oh
not
god,
even
it's
here.
just me. Oh god, no one wants to see this. Okay, I'm back.
My body's ready.
Anyway, 1,000 voices, exploding beam of fire. You can shoot the ground with a trace rifle, and it leaves a glow, like a plasma glow, like you're kind of like melting the ground. And whatever you make with a line, that blows up into a bunch of fire or whatever. So I see Ho
Yep.
drawing lots of
Giant
phallic
exploding
references
penises.
Oh
on the
no,
walls.
this is terrible.
Lego, where's your camera?
Well, apparently the internet here is awful and I can't use it correctly. So I'm just gonna talk like this.
Hey,
All
there
right.
you go.
Did you get
I'm sparing you one more hotel painting.
Did you get
Let's put it
your word insertion words and the other thing I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure. Your words are great this week. Please use them all.
Hmm.
I'm awful. I keep forgetting about this thing. Like,
But you know what I'm really excited about? I'm really
Exploding penises.
no,
Oh.
but I'm really excited about that exploding linear fusion rifle type thing Wilson was just talking about, and I think it might, give Hove some sort of erectile dysfunction.
oh
That's one of his words. God damn it, he came in at a terrible time.
man.
All right, here's
like,
something
the look
about-
of it. It's got this like Eidolon ally look to it. What the hell? That thing that becomes a necro.
Necro-
Oh, the
Chasm.
word husk. Yeah.
It's got
looks
this like
All sorts
butternut-
of bony.
It's
Like,
got
Yeah.
butternut squash colored, definitely. In the
here's
gun.
something. So, Annenbig, he totally tweeted out earlier, is like, we are officially getting an exotic weapon that is the enemy. What is it called again? The 1,000 voices.
Yeah.
is Zol's actual attack from the strike that we do.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I thought that was
Really?
really. I actually had his page up so I can actually talk about this. If any of you guys didn't bring it up,
Oh,
but I thought that was
yeah.
extremely cool. By the way,
And it is too when you think back on that attack that he did with the laser beam that comes out of
Yeah.
his mouth. Is that the one?
Yeah.
I think so. Yep.
I don't think it's when he falls on Wilson and kills him.
Not that
That
attack.
happens a lot, dude. That stupid.
Or the random attack where you think you're not really close, but
No.
I guess you're
When we
close,
kill
and
the
it snatches
boss
you.
and he's dead, he falls on me all the
Every time.
because I'm an idiot. It's literally like a graboid from Tremors. Kevin Bacon.
Dude, that movie was sick.
That was a good
I
movie.
forgot about that movie.
Zol's in that movie, man. That was his first appearance.
Only the first
That
two,
was
though.
Baby Zol.
That was
Baby
babies.
Zol.
I was young. 80s
I'll believe it.
Yeah, yeah, he's grown up. He's grown up since.
He's all big now.
Only from the 80s, man. He got big. I don't know what he's eating.
Well, TV adds a couple hundred
I
pounds.
guess.
The next one up on the list, Chromatic Fire. This is an armor piece that makes you look like a what are the new enemies called in Forsaken? Those fallen. What are they called?
Scorn.
The Scorn. You look like you're wearing like a Scorn fur Macklemore coat. Like it's just
I wish I had a Macklemore coat.
dude, it looks like a giant like Scorn fur coat. It's very cool.
It's badass.
It looks amazing aesthetically, and it even has a really cool function. So, Chromatic Fire, elemental explosions from kinetic kills. So your kinetic weapon, as long as you're getting precision kills, will be dealing elemental damage. How they will decide what elemental damage that is, I do not know. I'm assuming maybe it'll go with your subclass.
Maybe it's a perk. Maybe,
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
this
it's-
is something that'll kind of tie in with mods 2.0-ish, whatever they're dealing with it. I don't know. But that's pretty huge. Elemental explosions from precision kinetic kills.
Mhm.
Like, that's basically Firefly from a kinetic.
What
Interesting.
element is it going to be?
That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be like tied to your subclass? Is there
sorry.
going to be a
I
way
didn't
that
hear you.
you can change it? Is that going to tie into mods 2.0 somehow? Is that
Maybe it's random.
Is that the last weapon
cool?
from that video?
That's a armor piece.
Is there an
no.
armor piece?
If you weren't listening.
No.
Damn it, because I had a
There's-
great
there's-
segue, but never mind.
There's one last one after that, but I didn't know if you got two more technically, but we already know about one of them. Anything to say about that kinetic explosion other than
I'm
conjecture of how it's
thinking
gonna work?
another good PvE
Oh, absolutely.
armor piece. Yeah.
Hopefully it's powerful. Hopefully it's not something that just tickles
True.
everyone.
But either
So-
True. Also true.
Go ahead, Hope.
well, yeah, no, I was thinking it was going to shoot arc or whatever the elements, but it's just an explosion, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just the explosion does elemental damage.
You have to
So-
get a precision kill
a precision
to activate it.
I don't know. Could be cool, but it could be really situational too.
Again, it might maybe only be unless it's decent in a PvP, unless like if you finish a kill with it and does a decent amount of area of effect or something. But what's the last thing we were talking about? How it creates the bow that shoots like the arc thing, like just around it. Maybe it's like another one of those. Maybe it's just better for mobs, just
No doubt.
Oh my god, that
Smaller
man
ass.
is so handsome.
So handsome. He's
I
back.
figured it out.
Yeah,
what if he came back and the painting was gone behind him? That would have been amazing.
Perfect. There was just a brighter rectangle on the wall, like like
Oh, see, I watched too many horror movies, and my mind went straight to like some like satanic painting, like on the background, some like cult symbol or something, and everybody's like, "What is happening?"
It's like
my mind went to
Legos.
Scooby-Doo. my mind went to Scooby-Doo, and you pull the painting, and it reveals like a secret trap wall, and then you.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
That would
That's
be
cool.
creepy too. I was like, well, should you call someone?
No, you don't call anybody. You go in it.
Maid comes up. We got another guest
See,
stuck in
that
the
right there
secret
is like
entrance.
a 50-50 chance you either die or come out a superhero. Just saying, if you go down there.
Dude,
Every
so
time.
y'all were talking about just a second ago how that weapon was like one of Zol's like exact actions. Did y'all talk about the whisper yet already? I haven't been here, so I don't.
Yes.
Yes,
Did you talk about the lore behind the whisper?
Actually, no.
No.
Because if you read the lore tab on it, that was like a huge part of my week was being able to get that gun, and just like sitting there and reading the lore, like kind of fulfills the kind of that lack of fulfillment you get from killing Zol, and you're kind of like, well, that was kind of nothing, and then you realize that Zol has actually done his own like version of the sword logic basically, and
right.
this
I
is
did
his
read that,
final
actually.
form is this weapon, and he wants you to use it. And basically like even the subtext to the weapon is like some like parasites can be beneficial, you know, and so it wants to attach himself to you as your weapon to like grow more in the sword logic the more you use him to kill people. And man, that is crazy.
That's actually
Yeah, he's kind of using us to fulfill the sword logic.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually really relevant because you were saying, you know, some parasites can be beneficial. I just today saw a headline that said there is some sort of parasite found in cat feces that can make people better entrepreneurs. I swear to God, that's true. I read that today.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that would be beneficial to people. I feel like, you know, that would make, you know, kind of act like pop rocks inside someone's stomach.
Is that why my dog's so smart?
Because he's a
Does
cat?
he eats cat poop? Because he eats the
Oh,
cat poop all the time?
maybe.
That's why my dog's smart. I know it.
Well, dude, he's very
Is that why I'm
smart.
smart?
Dude. He's got a
Because
nice startup company.
it does things to my mucous membranes and stuff. So it's-
There were so many dings
great.
there.
Oh man.
That's great. So.
Ooh, I
the
just had a
last
really good idea.
Oh my God, tell me.
I just had a really...
Oh my
Listen, you know what we should do?
Wilson's such a better host than I am. Like I just would shut Hove down immediately.
No, but I really have a
Wilson,
good
gets
idea.
excited.
We should have a thing where we don't do the dings anymore. And if somebody in the YouTube comments or a review can name every word on an
Yes.
episode, then they get a prize.
They get like an extra entry into a giveaway or something.
I mean, whatever.
No.
But wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm down for that.
Actually-
That sounds cool.
They can have a GameStop exclusive. Hold on. Hold.
Whoa, what's happening?
You want to lift up the couch? Oh.
That's a perfect idea. We'll give them the GameStop exclusive little Cade 6 figurine.
What?
That'll be next week though, because we already
Next week,
dinged
yeah, we'll have
them
to
all.
hide it good.
You heard it here first, folks. There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, I feel
Oh,
like
there you
I
go.
feel like that's a pretty hard one. Like that Cade 6 thing may be around for a couple weeks. Like this is a difficult challenge.
It's a challenge.
Are you up for the challenge?
This is
Yeah, way
I
more
really
than
like
40
this.
minutes
God.
for this one.
This is good. Yeah, I'm excited.
You're so smart.
God,
Hove.
I ate so much cat poop today.
Lights over there just shaking his head like, what did I get myself into here?
That disapproval.
Copious amounts of cat
While we're
feces.
on that part, Lego, Unreal in
Cat
chat just asked, speaking of giveaways, when's the blue giveaway?
Speaking of giveaways, I mean, are we at I think we might be at a spot here. We're done with the weapons, I think. In this video, are we at a spot where we could do a giveaway?
You're in charge.
There's actually
Yeah,
technically
you're in
two more
charge.
weapons
There was actually
we
one
talk about.
last weapon, but
Yeah, go for it.
You're the real quick. Wish Ender, see through walls and pierce targets. This is another
yeah.
bow. I cannot wait to troll people with this. It's gonna be
Dude.
cool.
Well,
Yeah.
Here's the question about it. You think because you can see through walls and all that, you think it's going to be a one bang to the face though?
Yes, it
Mm.
Like a
definitely
sniper.
was.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it was. It showed two guys running around the corner. He shot.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. You went
but
through both.
Yeah.
of
I'll
them.
Collat.
almost guarantee you that was set up that way. Because
They've done that before
because-
in previous
yeah,
shows.
because regular bows aren't even one shot to the head. So
Yeah, but they said there's gonna be different tiers.
right, but why would
Yeah.
you make one that you can see, like you can line up headshots easier, the stronger headshot? Like I don't
Maybe
see
it's
it.
gotta
because
be up
like
close,
maybe
though.
if you
That's the
whip
trade-off.
it's slow. It's like heavier, slower,
Yeah.
one banger.
The
you know?
draw.
So-
You know,
there's draw.
It's kind of
speed.
like maybe that's like kind of like the NLB, whereas like you mess up, you're
Yeah.
just like, oh well, done. You know, they're just going to destroy me after that.
You know, there's a side of this conversation we hadn't hit yet. We're going to get to it, I'm sure. But later on in the TWAB, they talk about time to kills and us noticing certain things in the video that they're like, hey, that's stronger than I think it's supposed to be. And they're like, yeah, we mean it. I'm not sure if they're talking about this. We don't know. But
Nope.
you don't. It could
I'm
be.
sticking to my guns because bows are being made for Forsaken, so they're not something that's getting adjusted. They were made this way.
What if it's wait? What if it's a in the heavy slot, in the power ammo slot?
Okay.
I don't know. I think that the bows with the longest draw time will be a one bang to the face as long as they don't have any kind of an overshield. I don't think it'll be quite the sniper.
I agree with that.
I don't think it'll be quite the sniper, but depending on how they're spec'd, I think it'll be a one banger. Because there's certain snipers, like the raid sniper, Alone as a God, that if they have enough armor and resilience and they got an overshield or something going on, sometimes it's a two bang to the face to take them out. You know what I mean? Like, we'll just have to see. I hope it is, because otherwise that's going to be really discouraging to want to use.
Yeah.
What if
I'm
it's
excited
not?
to try them.
Sorry, go ahead, Light.
So I'm excited to try them. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a good time.
Were you saying it's gonna be discouraging if it's not a one bang to the face? I just wanted to say one bang to the face again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. If you were talking to
See,
me.
I am of the opposite with that one. I agree with you on the like longer draw times, more powerful. That makes total sense because it's like the risk reward thing. I just don't think it makes any sense for them to make one like that where you can line up your shot and wait and wait and wait. Make that one shot to the head, whereas another one that you don't have that I don't know what the word is.
It's exotic though.
Yeah, but I mean
So-
exotic doesn't always just necessarily mean like, don't you think the exotic perk of that is I can see you through a wall?
For sure, I agree. I don't know. I really hope that they have a lot of damage fall off, so you kind of have to be close with it. And I really do hope that the ones with the longest draw time up close.
The more we talk about that, maybe it would make sense if it's in the heavy slot,
Okay,
since if it's going to be that powerful.
if it's in the heavy slot, then yes. I just, as far as the exotic perk of it to it being a one shot, I just don't think it makes sense for that one specifically to be a one shot versus ones where you don't know where the person is and you have to actually get a shot and then you miss.
Unless they're making it like those
see where you're
guys,
coming from.
like those two guys that were in the video that got like 2-for-1s, they had low enough.
That's
armor.
what I think.
So if you're not to a certain point in armor or whatever, then you can be like killed immediately. One bang to the face.
It all just makes me really excited for the thing coming later. For they announced in the TWAB there's going to be a little weapon test reveal, and it makes me very excited for them to kind of explain a lot of these things. I think they're going to talk about this kind of stuff, you know. But we'll talk about that soon. Real quick with the video, one last thing with all these new weapons and gear that they talked about. Man, was that video hype or what? Like,
They really know
It
how to
did
drop a
make it
trailer, man.
They always drop a hot trailer.
I think this might
Drop
be
it
the
like
hottest
it's hot.
drop.
I think you're the
Like,
hottest drop yet.
I really like. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really like.
But I won't drop you. Like
The
it's not.
last one
Hot
where they
like
like up the
flapjacks.
time to kills, you know, that
like
video that they upped the
pancakes.
time to kills, and it looked really fun. But then there was that other this one, I don't know, it felt better than that with the way the music was and the way the editing was. It felt cleaner or something. I don't know.
It was
It
good.
felt
No,
good,
I was
man.
super
Like-
excited. My reaction on
Yeah.
Twitter was, "Oh my god!" It was literally that's what I put.
I poggers it hard.
I was at work on lunch break and I was sitting next to Conman and I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, look at some of this stuff, man. And like he's been pretty critical of the game recently, you know, rightfully so. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And even he was like, this stuff looks really cool.
Yeah.
The last thing that got me hyped that had to do with that stuff and like space and all that was Space Jam, probably.
Space Jam.
Dude,
So much depth to that movie.
it was so hype. I hadn't seen it when you tweeted out, and you tweeted to all of us too, Hove, and I was really excited to watch it, but I couldn't until this moment right before I was about to go on stage to play drums, and I watched it right before walking out, and it got me so hyped. I was like, dude, let's go. Let's get out on stage. Like I was ready to hit something, you know? And so it got me pumped. Like even outside of Destiny, I
that
was
seems
like, I'm ready to go.
seems like a beneficial mindset as a drummer.
It is. I'm gonna watch it every once in a while just to get pumped up. I think. Like when we play comp next time, I'm just like, dude, let's go watch this trailer. Okay, let's go.
We should do that again this weekend. That was a lot of fun.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do, dude.
I'm just.
I
of
only
course
have
I want to do it. Do you know who you're talking to?
250 points left before I get the red race.
Oh, speaking of comp, do you want to hear how far I am now? Because we played comp the other night, and I got banned.
I didn't even believe
I got
you.
a suspension.
I was like, what?
For how long?
I don't know. It's probably gone now, but I was still pissed.
It was like a day.
How often do you quit?
I never quit.
I got
Both times we played 3 games. The second 2 games, I didn't even leave. Like, I didn't back out. I let it take us back to orbit. And I got back, and I was, like, typing on my computer, and I looked over, and it said, like, that I left. And I was like, what the fuck? Next game, did it again, and was like, you are now suspended for leaving. And I was like, I haven't, like, left at all.
That's weird, man.
It's
I've
funny,
heard of
people
it.
lie.
And it only
The second
did
or
it to
third
me.
time-
Like, the rest of my team, nope, they're cool.
I don't know. The second or third time playing with TV, like when comp first came out, I was having problems with my internet, and it kept on kicking me, and then I got banned. It was only like the first week of it coming out. I
got banned
for like the day or
for-
something.
I got banned for getting DDoS. That was cool.
Oh.
First and only time
Well, you
I ever had
deserved it.
DDoS.
Wow.
That sucks.
So me and a bunch of earthquake weather guys, Tepti's clan. Shout outs to that boy Swag. He's a really good player, really nice guy. But we were playing, and it was for our 5th game, for our 5th streak. And we load in, and one guy gets kicked. We're like, okay, maybe it's his internet. Play the first round, smoke him. I get kicked. They play the next round, 2v4, smoke him. Third guy on our team gets kicked. All of us have to reset our routers. All 4 of us got kicked, had to reset our router. Classic DDoS. And I logged back in, and I lost over 100 points and got like a 15-minute ban for something that wasn't my fault. But then when I logged in at reset, it said, hey, thanks for not leaving early during a competitive match. Here's like 100 points. So I got them back.
Whoa, that's weird. Huh. That's kind of cool. I do wonder what happened with Hove. I'm curious, Hove, if you put it in the feedback, like help section of Bungie, if anything will come of it, you know?
Nah.
I don't know. I told a few people, sent them forwards, screenshots of their gamer tags. Definitely told them who it wasn't, because one of the guys was a blueberry, and I think he knew what was going on, and he just left.
He was like, I'm not going to be a part of this.
There was one guy we didn't see the entire game, which means he was in the back
Jerking off.
using his awaken the war mind.
Emo. Dude, I just got that
He's
today.
DDoSing.
Yeah. Well, I want to...
Wait, there's one more weapon. We forgot a weapon.
Wait,
We
what
didn't.
weapon?
Ace of Spades.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about it? Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, Ace of Spades basically gets kill clip, Firefly, and it twirls.
And it twirls.
dope.
It twirls.
The twirl looks
It
awesome.
twirls.
That's the most important part.
It is.
Oh, yeah?
Just give me
Oh, yeah.
last
Did you get
word.
struck by lightning,
Oh.
Mana? Did you get struck by that lightning? I heard it.
18 times.
I mean, it's cool.
Minimum.
I'm excited for Ace of Spades. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to shoot Prince. Hopefully, I can get it and then shoot Prince Uldren. But it probably won't happen. But the twirl animation, dude. Like, we're one step closer to last word in D2. Like, we have a hand cannon that twirls. Now make us fan fire it like we do with the golden gun animation, the 6-shooter.
How do you do it? A little higher. We couldn't see it on camera.
Don't tell me.
Wait. Can you do it one more time?
No,
Just
I
one
can't.
more. Just one more.
No.
I'm not.
Please?
I'm not part of your dog.
I
and
just
pony
made
show.
you full screen. Your face is so big. Oh, Lego, you're gone. Oh, there you are.
There is, I feel like the Ace of Spades could be like the new like Fatebringer kind of feel, you know, like the way Fatebringer felt, and you pop it, get that headshot explosion, and then get the little twirl animation reload. Like, I don't know, I feel like it could be pretty cool.
What are you popping?
Headshots.
Oh.
Hove. Headshots.
Oh my god, he wants it so bad.
I thought maybe you. Never mind.
Okay, well, let's
Almost. You almost
pop
did it.
something
Yeah.
else.
Tattoos, Hove.
we got a giveaway going on, and we're about halfway through the show. I figure we ought to announce a winner, don't you, Hope?
Yeah. I mean, I already drew the winner, so I just sent you the information. So now we can let everyone know.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, you did so much work into this, Hove. I feel like you should be the one to announce it. Plus, I'm on this crappy internet, and I don't want
I
it
do
to,
understand what you mean, but I look at it at the opposite end of the spectrum. I did so much work on it, I'd like someone else to do something.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. How much cat food did you eat again? Okay. So, the winner of which, by the way, this is gonna be like a reoccurring thing, and
last Thursday of every month.
Gonna have more opportunities. Also, the winner gets to choose between a blue headphone, or a blue Yeti microphone. And I feel like I need a drum roll or a countdown or something, but I'm not gonna make y'all do that.
You're the drummer. You're literally a drummer.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I have no drum. There it is. The winner is at T-Walrus7. You are the winner.
Yeah.
We'll be in contact with you, and you can pick out what headphone you want or what microphone you want. We're really excited for you, man.
Yay!
Yay!
That's the
Voice
most
is cool,
enthusiastic I've ever heard from a lot of you guys.
Well, at least it wasn't like when the last person won it, and Hove was like, "Oh crap, this person."
It was Wendler. Nobody wanted to see Wendler win we're all excited to do our very first giveaway.
Balls.
And it's
Walrus,
Wendler.
we're so excited for you. Like,
That's never
Yeah.
exciting.
This is like our first real winner. Like, hey, we did something for someone.
Real winner.
Wendler doesn't
You're a
count.
real winner.
So if you're listening to this, I opened up our DMs. DM us on Twitter, your info. If not, we'll be in contact soon. And when we start another one, I will announce on Twitter. The giveaway will end the last Thursday of August, but I will announce on Twitter, on the REZOcast Twitter, when it starts. And it'll be very similar.
Yeah.
Tweets, follows, retweets, all that stuff. And from talking to people, once you log in and link your stuff to Gleam.io, if you're already following or subscribed on YouTube and all that stuff, you just automatically get that. You don't have to, unfollow and refollow or anything like that. You just get those entries.
Nice. Yeah. Well, next up on our list, we got more Bungie stuff. I'm assuming y'all are kind of just starting the TWAB with that video, basically, the weapon video.
Yes.
We've got next up the thing that I was kind of hinting at earlier, the Year 2 combat reveal stream. That's August 7th, 10 a.m. PDT on Bungie's Twitch channel. John Wisniewski, just to quote him, the thing that I think will get everyone like, oh my gosh, is we've globally adjusted the time to kill in the Crucible, and that's just one question that we've answered. And so there's going to be a lot more. So really curious what those changes are going to be, or adjustments, to quote him. I can't really comment more than that, other than I'm super excited, and maybe this video, like we said, is some sort of indication to those things. That's what he kind of hinted at in his thing. So
Free tap hand cannons, please.
Shall see. Next up after that, we got new game type in Crucible Labs, and it's available right now. Lockdown. Did any of y'all get to play this before the cast started? I mean, it literally just dropped, so we were like, "What?"
Nah, I didn't
Light
get a
did.
chance.
I did.
Oh, Light.
Tell us,
about it.
LightBreaker.
Talk
Okay.
to us.
It's very fun. I enjoyed it. It's you drop in. It looks like Control. Pretty much is Control, kind of. You get percentage by capping 2 zones, and you can win by getting your percentage to 100, or as soon as you cap all 3 zones, you automatically win the round.
Dang.
It's pretty cool.
Did that ever happen while you were playing it? Somebody cap all 3?
Yeah, I've done it before. It's pretty cool.
What? That's awesome. First
It's
day.
like I did it my first game. No big deal.
I was 1v4 in it. So
No, it's fun.
I've yet to play. It's no big
I
deal.
played it on PC. It was really.
Oh,
Light,
okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
need you to do me a favor.
It's-
Stare right at your camera. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So hot.
Of a stone cold killer.
It's cool to have an objective, like purely objective based
Yeah.
game mode.
Yes.
It's like very much like zone control, like Lai was saying, and
It was very strategitic.
strategic.
Like with your map rotation,
Mhm.
like everything was great.
I
Very
like
fun.
that that's the second I mean, I guess it's the first one we've gotten, but it's the second solely objective game mode that's been announced or put out recently, with the new one that's coming with Forsaken, Breakthrough,
Breakthrough.
completely
Yeah, breakthrough.
objective based, right? Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, which a little bit more of Breakthrough was shown on Game Informer. I don't know what I just said. Game Informer's article. But I got to if you go to their breakdown page of all the different articles they have, it's like the second one up right now, and they actually have a video that shows some of the gameplay of what it looks like, because we were kind of guessing the other week. We were like, what is this going to look like? We had no idea, and they kind of show what the neutral, like everybody going for that center thing and kind of capping it, and then it just goes either offense or defense depending on who capped that first part, and it moves to like a different area of the map after that, and it looked pretty awesome. And it also was purely objective. Kills
Right.
didn't matter. It just mattered that you captured the zones that you needed to capture.
I can't
Yeah,
wait
me
for that
too.
game.
And two things they added with that. At least one was new information. I'm not sure about the other one. The one that I'm not sure about is it is not dropping with Forsaken.
Yes, it's later.
And the other
Yeah.
thing,
Oh, really?
the other thing, we had speculated.
It's a little disappointing.
They must be far from it being ready, because that video, I didn't actually watch it, but I read the article and they said you'll notice unfinished textures and stuff in the game. So they must really just have kind of thrown that together.
Which it's not too disappointing to me. Like I know you mentioned it was disappointing to me. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be playing through the campaign first. Like I feel like that is what we all do whenever any new expansion comes out. So I'm not too worried about it coming later.
And the other thing they mentioned is that we were talking, because the idea of it is there's a central zone. First team to capture that zone then goes on the offense against a second zone in the enemy team's like base, kind of. Yeah.
Their vault.
And if the team who goes on offense captures the vault, they win. If the team who's now on defense stops them, they win. So everyone was saying, well, doesn't that kind of sound, like, why should you win if you already gave up the center zone? But it does.
Is it round based?
I don't think so. Maybe. No. Lockdown's round based, right? I was just reading something. Yeah. No, I think this is just one thing. But what they're gonna do, the team who is on defense has a debuff to their spawn timer.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you trade kills, the defense is back in a couple seconds, and
That's
the offense
good.
takes forever. That would be really unbalanced. So it does become very
That's
so that'll
really
kind of
good.
balance things out a little bit there, I think.
That's cool. I like the
Okay.
sound of that.
I like the sound of
Very
your
nice.
voice.
I think I'm more excited for that than I am this new one with Crucible Labs that's come out. Like, I'm excited to try it out, but I was never a huge fan of zone control. But for some reason, this game type, where it turns into an attack or defend and moves to different parts of the map, that sounds really appealing to me.
Kind
As
of like Hardpoint.
yeah, or we've talked about it before on the cast, the old Destiny game, not Destiny, the old Halo game mode
King
where
of
you
Hill?
would like
Oh.
carry a bomb to 3 different sections of the map. It didn't come till like Reach, or I think it was Reach is when it came out, but I can't.
Yeah, I think it was a reach.
It was pretty awesome though, and it reminds me of that escalation throughout a single map kind of game.
Do you know what I'm
type.
really excited about?
Episode 100.
Yeah, but with this new Discord setup, I can do things very easily, like double click on Lego and show everyone his beautiful face, large and in charge.
In my
Actually-
poorly lit hotel room.
Actually, in all
Large
seriousness,
and in
when you got on,
charge.
I was gonna say how like your lighting looks really good. Actually,
There's like spot can lighting over here, and then I got like a lamp
no,
over
yeah,
here.
it
It's
looks
not
really
too bad,
good.
you know?
You look good. You look good.
Hey, thanks.
If you want an example of poor lighting, I don't know. Never mind.
Well,
The
next
rest
up,
of us.
Everybody else.
No, he also looks great. What are you talking about?
My lighting's awful.
Next up on the list, we got development roadmap which this came a little bit earlier, but they kind of went through it again. Did y'all talk about this already? Because I know it came earlier in the week. So
We didn't get a chance yet.
the really cool thing about it to me, there's a lot of different things on here, and maybe y'all can talk about what y'all are excited about. But for me, the weapon slot changes coming like a week early. That's really exciting. And it has an asterisk, like maybe it won't happen, but as of right now, they're like, hey, we're going to give you a little preview what it's all about.
I can't wait for that, man. I cannot wait to put a sniper in my energy slot. It's going to feel great. Now, the only problem is remembering to not hold triangle to switch to my sniper. That's going to be really hard to get
didn't
back
think
to.
about that.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah.
I'm not like complaining. I'm not hating.
Maybe
I'm
your
just stating,
sniper.
dude.
Maybe
Might
you'll still
not
be
a
using
problem.
a power heavy sniper.
A
Whatever.
heavy sniper.
He's going to try to slide and like no scope someone, but accidentally switch to his rocket and blow himself up or something like that. Like,
True. That's definitely true because I want to go hand cannon sniper, like get like an old kind of feel to it.
Oh,
And I think you nailed it. Like I'm just gonna end up pulling my rocket out instead of my sniper blowing
Well,
my.
as long as you're not a
That's gonna
scrub
be
and you're not
hilarious.
using
It could happen.
rockets, everything will be fine.
I love.
You know,
rockets.
I think it will be good to have so many people get to experience like this change in Forsaken happen before Forsaken drops, because then having it a week early, people who were unsure whether they want to buy it or not get a little taste.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Also, that bulk shader deletion.
I know some people are so excited about that.
I'm just I'm more. I don't know why I'm this excited about it. You know, it's nice. There's so much I want to get rid of.
Here's a question, and this doesn't. The correct answer to this doesn't really matter, but I think I'm of the opinion that they're doing this patch 2.0 beforehand, less for the hey, check this out a week early, and more for the hey, if something's fucked up, we don't want it to fuck up the Forsaken launch.
Like
Yeah.
beta testing it pretty much. Yeah,
True.
Could be.
that's what I was thinking.
It's a good point.
And also just 200 additional
Oh,
vault
yeah.
slots,
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Just, like no
Vault
X on
space.
that one, and that's always really nice.
Mhm.
So
When that collection tab comes out, I
Mhm.
mean, you're basically going to be able to store all your year one weapons in the collection tab, and then keep your vault for random rolls that you don't.
Sounds nice.
Whatever Hove keeps in there. I imagine there's like a rubber chicken, maybe some like confetti and
like bodysuit of some sort.
silly string, like all the kinds of like fucked up shit you'd find in like a 90s adolescent locker.
Yeah, Gogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Light.
Oh, please tell me that's a ding. Oh, that's
What's
too
wrong
good.
with Gogurt?
Yo, frozen Gogurt is lit. If you put that in the freezer.
Listen,
it's
yes,
so
I was gonna
good.
say that because
Frogurt?
I found this out. I was working at a water park when I was like 17 for like 4 or 5 years, like in the summer. And one year when Gogurt came out, we were like a test. Like they sent us. Oh my god!
What?
You ever seen those walk-in freezers that are literally like the size of like a large room, like 20 feet high?
Yeah.
You know, standalone. It was like half of it was just filled with boxes of Gogurt that they were just handing out to guests. Except nobody knew what the fuck Gogurt was, and nobody wanted it. So we just went in, and I was just
I
taking
wanted it.
boxes, like industrial boxes of Gogurt home, like all summer.
Oh
It
my
was the best.
Just rolling up to the yo, you got brought
Dude, it was the
beer.
best.
Bring any beer to the party? No, I brought Gogurt.
Copious amounts.
Get it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer. You want to
Frogurt
set this
is
party
really
off?
good.
Throw the shit in the freezer.
Bro, go.
Get this party started.
Got
Well-
3 metric tons of it in the back.
Jesus.
There were a few other things that they kind of like went into detail about with this, particularly the director updates on milestone and challenges. They said there's going to be 3 ways to acquire powerful legendary gear. 1, new challenges that replace milestones. 2, specific quests and bounties, and then 3 new mysteries that they can't tell us about yet. So it sounds like an
Didn't they all
interesting
kind
new
of just
system.
slide though?
It's a
Didn't they
mystery.
say like what used to be challenges are now bounties? What used to be milestones are now challenges? And then there's like a new thing.
I honestly can't say before seeing it.
No,
like I just
No, I can't because they
it's-
actually said that.
Oh, they said that. Okay.
Touche.
Maybe it wasn't here. Maybe it was in the Game Informer article, but it's somewhere they said like what used to be milestones are now called challenges. What used to be the challenges are now just part of bounties.
Okay, this is the point at which like normally Hove is like the child when it comes to like colors and bright loud sounds and stuff like that, but this time I'm more of the child, and I saw the Game Informer article that talked about the milestones and challenges, and I just saw like paragraphs of text, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna read that.
it was like
I was like, there's no
pictures.
images, there's no graphs, and so Hove, thank you for being the adult here and
Somebody's got to
reading
do
it.
it.
And not just looking at the pictures and
Hope
pop-up
is way
books.
too responsible right now in this
Mhm.
podcast. It's-
I know.
I'm
Green
afraid.
screen.
I'm pretty much the
microphone.
gold standard in podcasting. For anybody who may be listening for the first time because we had a giveaway, I actually am the worst, and I know it. Real quick, I found it.
If I know it.
I disagree.
Now I can't find it, but I found the article. I don't remember. Oh, second, some terminology is changing. Milestones are now challenges, and what Destiny 2 currently calls challenges, parentheses, objectives that offer tokens for their completion, will be absorbed into the new bounty system. So everything's kind of shifting down. Which I do want to point out is something I said, that even though everyone's like, yeah, bounties are coming back, we've always had bounties. They just called them challenges, and we didn't have to pick them up.
I don't.
I agree.
There's something different about having multiple though, because you complete challenges in an activity. There's like 3, and you complete all of them. It's kind of like
It's
completing
exactly
the
like
bounty.
completing a bounty.
But no, it's not, because there's no like physical like click done. Like you don't get the accomplishment feeling. It just kind of
Yeah.
pops.
So
up
it
and you're like,
feels
oh, I didn't
different,
know
but
that.
it's still exactly like completing a bounty. You're doing the same thing.
Most of the time, I never even remember that there's challenges to do.
I get
But
what you're
like,
saying.
for some
Hope.
reason, with bounties, like I would know that they're there and I check them. But I don't know. There's just something about challenges. I just most of the time would never even think about doing them.
It's because they just
Yeah.
give you tokens.
Yes,
have enough of
tokens and
those.
reputation. Which
But like old bounties didn't
XP.
really what they do. Experience and then the
Mhm.
chance of an exotic quest
At launch.
At
And
launch.
Mm-hmm.
Then for a while they just did nothing. I like the system that they had with
End of
Crucible
D1.
vendor. Yeah, the
Yeah.
PvP ones.
Yeah.
And then there was some PvE ones from Zavala as well.
Yeah.
Really tight.
toy.
Those are really
Toy
good.
like
You
a
get that
toy.
LDR. Toy like a toy gun.
Like a toitus.
like a tortoise.
Nope. But you get
What is-
weapons
wait,
from it.
what
You
is
got
it?
legendary
What is
gear
it,
from
Anna?
those bounties.
And it felt good too because if you needed it was in my opinion you had a better chance of getting a good AS Luna from doing that quartermaster hand cannon
Yeah.
bounty than you did at
I never got one from that bounty.
I know, but like I said, everyone's gonna say that their experience is the norm or whatever. But like I felt like instead of just sitting there playing tons of PvP and going, maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't, know that like you're gonna get a hand cannon. Like
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I liked that system, but hope I get your point.
Wait, what were
I
we
do get your
talking
point,
about?
Hope.
You're-
Yeah.
Uh,
The
Talking
bounty.
about the bounty system basically being the same as challenges.
That it was toy.
Tight like what?
Yeah.
tight like what, Mana?
Also, I did a toitus. A toitus.
I like turtles.
I gave you the big,
I like
I gave you the
toy
big screen for that.
Well,
one.
hey, we have bounties now. We just got them in the last patch. Have y'all picked up any? Have y'all noticed it feeling different? Than I mean, we still have challenges too. But personally, for me, like I got a bunch of the Vanguard ones recently. I don't really have a reason to do the Crucible ones, but I need to hit that rank 50 because that ship looks awesome in certain shaders from Zavala. And so grinding, I've been helping people get their DFA this week, the hand cannon, who people don't have it. And I'm just running in there getting the tokens. Even though I already have a DFA, it's like, why not just help some people while getting those tokens? And I ranked up from like 30 to 41 in like 2 days just by getting those bounties. They recycle every 24 hours. and then continually doing, the Nightfall, and it's going pretty quick, and it feels really accomplishing to have those switch to a specific gun to get that bounty done, and clicking it, actually seeing the tokens pop up. I don't like the token system, but for what we have now, it feels much more purposeful to have the tokens, to have the bounties rather than just the challenges, which are so like mysterious and like where
Listen,
are
I
they?
completely agree that it's a better
dig it.
implementation. I'm just saying, as far as what they actually are, they're the exact same thing. There's no difference.
Sure.
That's fine.
And I'm
No,
talking
no,
about the interface.
I agree
of
with you.
them,
I'm just saying, when everyone's
using
like,
them,
"Oh, they
seeing
took
them,
out
yeah.
bounties or whatever," it's the exact same thing. They just implemented them worse. But to be fair,
Yeah, for sure.
be
They
fair,
tried something, it didn't work.
I'm pretty sure when everything started, we were like, "Oh, that's so much better. We don't have to pick them up." You know what I mean? And it just didn't work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
just
I
didn't
remember
work.
myself saying that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Same.
said that too.
I'm pretty
be
sure
honest.
I was like, "Oh, this is amazing," and now it's like, eh.
This is
Well,
amazing.
There is something else amazing that they announced: the Destiny Grimoire anthology book that looks insane.
It does
It
look
looks
really
awesome.
cool, man.
I
can't
need
wait
money.
for some of the lore nuts. I can't wait
Definitely
for some
gonna
of
have
the
to grab
lore.
it.
Yeah, some of the guys on YouTube, when they get their hands on it, some of the videos that are going to come out with it, like Bife and Mylan.
Bife. Yeah, I was about to say.
Well,
that.
okay, here's the deal. Did you see that Mylan was the one it kind of came from? So,
Really? Yeah, because he works for Bungie now.
So
Like,
this
that
he released just now, and Deidre retweeted it. This is what I've been working on. This is what I've been hired to do.
Aw.
And it's so cool to see them take a Guardian from the community that is so good at this, cares about it so much, and them use him to, and to quote them talking about it, weave tales from multiple sources into the same place, and it offers new and differing perspectives on the traveler and its ancient enemies. And so, like, having like someone who knows the lore puts it all together and adds stuff that like makes us care about it even more. Like, it sounds incredible, and it has like artwork in it and stuff that looks sick.
The artwork
Okay,
of the
wait.
worm versus who was that? Orcs.
Oryx, yeah.
Dude, just that alone is like, I want it. I want it.
I need it.
Yeah,
very
I'm
cool.
super pumped. I was already excited about it because it's my favorite. They're starting with my favorite thing, with the Dark Mirror being the first part of it, and then like, so it's all Hive stuff, all Oryx and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, I'm all about this. This is my favorite stuff, and maybe I'll learn more than I didn't know. And then to see also that it was Mylan who was involved in that.
That's
is
I'm assuming this is
crazy.
what you're talking about. I think it's so awesome that not only did they
Yes.
bring him on, but it was specifically to work on this project. Like, how awesome for him is that? Like, that's super awesome.
Yes.
So it's freaking sweet.
Needs
Did we
it.
kind of? Are you guys good with that? Because there's one other thing that I think we missed.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because you and me took a drink at the exact
That's 'cause
same
we're
time, and it
long-lost
was kind of
brothers.
freaky.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm like
Oh,
the
okay.
devil. You're like the
I'm down.
angel.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, okay. We sit on
I'm
Wilson's
clearly
shoulder
winning
and
because
tell
Wilson
him,
smokes a lot of weed.
do it. What's wrong with
And I
that?
was getting hella
Yeah, but so
hammered
was- so
down
was
in
Claw.
Tampa as well. Fair enough. So,
But here's the thing. I'm like
Hey,
a
what do we
fun
miss?
influence. Like, I might in the long run ruin your life, but you're gonna have fun doing it.
Isn't that like Satan's motto? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I was-
making
I was
you
about to
bad
say,
things,
like-
but just saying.
I'll ruin your life.
Absolutely.
But we'll have a damn good time, dude.
Put it in your bio right now, Twitter bio. Oh,
That's
Actually,
that's it.
I was
That's-
gonna
New
change
stream
my
bio right now.
my Twitter bio today because one of the Bungie devs tweeted to DCP has Shackle on this week, and someone asked if Shackle has any comments about Sweden or Swedish people, because everyone that he knows that's Swedish describes Finnish people as, quote, drunken knife fighters. And I was like, I assume that's a compliment, right? Because I'd probably pay for someone to describe me as a drunken knife fighter. So like my new
Yeah.
Twitter bio is gonna be like Hove, gamer, former streamer, podcast host, drunken knife fighter. Like, right? Okay.
I
Yeah.
dig it.
But
Sounds
anyway,
right.
I'm assuming
Believable,
that
too.
I wasn't gone that long. I had to step away for a minute. but I'm assuming we didn't talk about this because you would have still been talking. But Lego, since you skipped over the article because it was long blocks of text, did you miss where they talked about mods?
Yes. I was going to talk about it later. We can talk about it right now, though.
Oh.
We don't. But it was at the end of my list there. I just kind of threw it in last second. But yeah, the mods, they gave some specific info in that Game Informer article. And at least, I mean, they gave 3 specific examples. They want it to like be something that you intentionally think, okay, I'm going into this PvE activity. I want to use this mod right now. And the ones that there's like some Icarus style mod that gives Icarus, like in-air accuracy.
Icarus, yeah.
Yeah. There's the faster radar backup mod. I'm not sure what I would use that for.
Sniping.
Okay.
When you're sniping
PvP.
and you're looking down a lane, it's common practice to descope, look at your radar, and react to that on how close they are. I'm really going to enjoy that on a sniper rifle.
Dude, that's cool. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
More aim assist style mod. Did I read that right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like hidden hand pretty
also
much.
good
Right?
for snipers or anything.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
spicy.
It does sound challenging, like to decide between those what I would want to use, and maybe for a particular thing, like you want to go into a private match and see how many jump shots you can get on Hove. You want to put on the Icarus one. You're playing a normal one. You just go ahead and put on the faster radar.
Wilson called me a hunter earlier. That Icarus on a hand cannon is going to make me for sure a hunter again. Because that's the thing that honestly, if there's one thing that made me waver in D2, it's not being able to jump around with a hand cannon.
One of the first things I want to do when these new weapon slot changes come is see if we can set up some form of fusion sniper battles again. I know it probably won't be
My guess
the
is
same,
it won't be, but it'll still be fun.
but I think we could. I like it.
The other thing they do say right off the bat, as soon as you like download Forsaken and you go in, your current mods will all be obsolete. So you just run to the gunsmith, he'll take them and trade them in for components for new mods.
Okay.
Keep your mods if you can.
Sweet. You know what just hit me? You know what just hit me for custom games and all that? The Titan chest piece or leg piece where you shoulder charge or whatever. Volleyball with like something, with like a rocket or something.
Yes.
Like just having Titans running around.
We'll come up with something.
Like ramming into. Yeah,
we have to see how this plays out. But we'll come up with something.
Just out of. Yeah. True. But I don't know. It just hit me. Custom games. It just hit me like, oh.
We're definitely still thinking for the next REZOcast, like big showdown.
I'm just worried about getting that emblem.
We gotta figure out a new game type, invent something. I just wonder when Bungie's actually gonna make the Titan Bowl like an official game type in Destiny.
So one thing, after they were talking about trading the new old mods and new components, this was interesting to me. This does come with a slight downside. Because all mods are now designed to be more expressive, energy and heavy weapon mods will no longer act as a way to change the element of a given weapon. So does that mean all the new weapons are just going to be this gun is solar? Yeah, or like whatever the
random.
Because now that there's random rolls on stuff, just like D1 is just going to drop as whatever it drops at, and if you want one of each flavor, you got to collect one of each flavor.
I mean, I guess it kind of clears up the whole usage of like those mods and all that too. So
I'm okay with the mods.
Cluttered.
Yeah.
I'm okay with like getting rid of the mods, but is it going to get rid of being able to switch the element on a weapon, or is that going to be something that's just inherent? Like it can't just be inherent because then Hard Light and Borealis are useless.
It's true.
That's what
it's probably
going
to be like D1 where it's just random element.
Yeah.
I hope so at least.
I'm okay with that.
And you know what? The only reason they can't do that is because of the whole collections thing now. Because if we had to triple the amount of weapons we had right now,
it gives you.
So I'm okay with it. I'm just they don't specifically say it, so I was just wondering. And you guys are also smart and lovely looking. I wanted to see what you thought.
It gives you a little bit more of a grind.
I'll give you a grind.
If you want one of each
I'm down
element.
with that.
Yeah.
I will
Like, you trying to
Thick
come in the
house.
thick house?
deny
Make it
that.
professional.
I will deny that.
Provided,
You
don't hide
ain't-
it.
That house is
You
not
don't
thick enough for
even
me.
know.
Whoa. Whoa.
You don't even know the thick
Bruh.
of it, bro.
That's
Well,
those are challenging words,
You
sir.
didn't use yours.
we
Nobody
only
used
got
yours.
one last thing in the TWAB here.
Yes.
We've got a good
my God,
this,
good.
and this doesn't really matter for us as much, I don't feel like, but they put out a good graphic like illustration of expansion info. Basically, if you pay for Forsaken versus the
Yes.
annual pass, what you get with
Mhm.
each one. And I just wanted to point that out because it for those confused or not sure what they want to buy, it shows like if you buy Forsaken, you get all this stuff. If you just own Destiny 2 and don't buy anything, you get all this seasonal stuff. If you buy the annual pass, you get all this other stuff. And so it's a good like illustration to show you everything that's I know I'm going to be getting everything like annual pass and Forsaken, but I'm like not just because I do a podcast, but I'm sold on it. Like if there were annual like paying things to do Destiny now, I would do it. I know that's not going to work for the majority of people, but just the way I play the game, like I feel like I would do that. So it doesn't really matter to me. But I know other people out there are very concerned. And if you're concerned, you should definitely check out this graphic. I'm not going to go through and read everything because there's a lot,
Yeah,
but check it out.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm up with
Cool.
it.
Whoa.
Up with
That's all I got.
The
y'all,
most
y'all got
important
anything
thing.
else for tonight?
Did you see
Oh.
the
What's that?
limited edition Spider-Man PS4 Pro? It looks
Awesome.
amazing.
So
That
you get
game
really
looks
Did
excited.
you say you did
Did
see
I
it,
see
man?
that?
I can't wait to get
Oh, it's amazing.
No, I didn't
And-
actually see that. And I honestly thought that's where you're going with
Yeah.
the most important part. I was going to guess
will-
Spider-Man.
Wow.
Guys, this is all great, and I hope that I can get through all this content in 3 days. Because come September 7th, guys, it's Spider-Man. There's seven
We're gonna
different
lose you?
suits that have been
Wow.
confirmed so far. 7.
So far, yeah.
7.
Is that,
Seven.
Is that,
Not-
does that tickle
It
your
tickles.
fancy?
It tickles
But
everything.
Not
It
8.
tickles everywhere.
All the fancies?
Something else tickled my fancy today. Speaking of Spider-Man and Marvel, I sat down with Rex Mex
I thought you were gonna
and
say Tom Holland.
HTX from Resolute, and had a like hour-long conversation with them at lunch about Marvel and what Avengers 4 could hold, how they liked Ant-Man, and we just went on forever talking
Oh,
about
I've
Marvel
yet to
stuff.
see Ant-Man still.
It was
Oh,
I'm
Lego,
really
how would you
behind.
feel about having
it was
a,
really
like,
fun, I thought.
maybe a week where the entire podcast or a very, very, very large chunk of it is just dedicated to Marvel?
I think we might need to do a bonus episode because we kind of missed a
Yeah.
week, and I feel like we need to fill in the gap
Good,
and
because-
just talk about Marvel. I do think we
Only if the following week, because I know nothing about Marvel, only if the following week I can have a 5-minute segment called This Week in Pokemon Go.
yes, or at least Pokemon
Hope
in
is so
general.
pissed right now. He's like, fuck
I'm
no,
sorry.
keep
When
that
did you?
out of
When do
here."
you think? When
People
did
still
you
play
think
that?
that you could come in here and start
People still
making
play that?
demands?
Well, I wasn't making
Look at his.
demands.
He has the big face
Since-
though. Like
Since he became a
no.
co-host, he's now
No,
an equal.
we're all
host.
equal, but some of us
he
are
won
more
the Game of
equal than others.
Thrones.
That's what?
Wow.
That's from Animal Farm.
No,
Come
that
on,
was
guys.
good. I like that. I'm okay with that.
But no, the reason I ask is
I'm okay
because
with that.
at Guardian Con, Marcus was talking to one Holtzman and was asking him about what he can do with podcasts and stuff. And he said, yeah, he can't. The reason he can't be on it, he can't create any content, talk about it, anything Destiny or Bungie related. So Marcus went, well, he was like, you can go on REZOcast then, because all they talk about is Marvel for half the show anyway. And he was like, oh yeah, sweet, I'd love to do that. So we may have. I'm gonna try to get.
Well, there
Holtz
we
on here for a
go.
Marvel
Let's get
episode.
Holtz on.
We can nerd out.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
Let's yeah.
And that way,
Yeah, that'd be
the
so
other
fun.
reason, because now that we've missed
gonna
that
have to,
episode,
like-
we're now recording the same episode number at the same time every week as another podcast.
That's weird.
That we are
A
very
particular
clearly
Destiny community podcast.
better at everything except podcasting.
Everything. That wasn't in the job description, to be fair, okay?
You know, the other podcasts that me and Hove may have been talking drunk
So much.
trash to at Guardian Con. So much.
One thing,
Well,
and the talk
I'm looking
before
forward.
continuing.
no.
I recognized okay, so if you scroll down, it says service guarantees citizenship. That's totally from Starship Troopers. I just wanted to call that out there.
Oh, that
Okay.
is.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why it caught my eye. It just hit me. Like the beginning of Starship Troopers where they're going through, I'm doing my part, and yada, yada,
Was
yada. Service guarantees citizenship, yeah, you know, for the military.
I met someone who claimed to
thought
be
it
an
was-
extra in that movie.
What, who?
Huh? In Starship
Was
Troopers.
it Doogie Howser?
Where you just... No, it was. I was saying I
Oh.
knew someone who claimed that they were an extra.
Oh,
in
okay.
Starship Troopers. So they were literally like a nobody.
Do you know what's crazy
running in
though?
the
If you're you're one of those people,
So-
you still
Bragging rights.
spend like all day on set, and they have the most ridiculously decked out
Yeah.
like buffets and stuff for food. Like they feed you like you're a goddamn movie star.
Ooh.
I'm an extra in an indie film when I was 18. I had to sign everything and all that. I still have yet to see the movie. I forgot about it until just like a couple years ago when someone brought it up. I'm just like, yo, that's right. It was one of my I was a senior in high school. One of the biggest bragging rights is like, I'm in a movie. You know,
Was it?
like I was there. I had to shake hands. I had to do some sort of intricate. It was a party scene, by the way. That's why they get a whole bunch of us that was 18 years older. My role was I was fake talking to the guy in front of me, one of my buddies, and we were playing beer pong. And I had to do
That's
some sort of
awesome.
intricate
Was
cool
this like
person handshake.
was
with,
this like
one
the
of main
movie they
stars that
made in The
talked.
Girl Next Door?
Ooh.
I wish. No, I honestly, I don't know. It was some sort of indie film. Apparently, the director didn't really make it big or like anything made it big or anything. But it was some sort
So
of
that's why you haven't
like,
watched
movie
it.
or whatever.
Ooh.
And I honestly completely forgot about it. I was, no,
Mind fuck did I just star in?
after the bragging right era of my senior year, I just kind of completely forgot.
Dude, I want to see it now. We gotta talk about this later.
We gotta dig this up.
It was like only
Yeah.
me and a couple of my friends are visible. Apparently, you see fake talking in the background while playing fake
I-
beer pong with.
I heard
iced
that
tea.
you started to
So,
watch
I mean,
it, but the
there's
lightning
that.
was too loud, so you turned it off.
Oh my god.
way too loud.
That loud lightning, y'all.
I feel like that's like slang for like a really powerful drug.
It's like that good weed. You got that loud lightning, dog.
That loud lightning.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or that's just like a level of fucked up. Like I'm so fucked up, I heard that lightning.
yeah. Yes,
Oh my
dude. I dig it.
gosh.
I'm so in tune right now, bro.
And that's why
Whoa.
other podcasts. This is why other podcasts are better.
Light, thank you for coming on and enduring these shenanigans. We appreciate you.
Chat
being on,
also
man.
just had a really good idea.
Love
Amanda, you
pleasure.
should have a movie night in your Discord and watch that movie. How do you? I don't believe
I
it.
don't
There's
know
no
what
way
it's
you're
called.
in a movie and you don't know what
Like,
it's called.
I honestly. What? I'm not even a paid like.
Yeah, it's
This
just
is mana we're talking
extra.
about here.
I'm literally just that. This was back in 2010. First of all, okay, it's just for the longest time I forgot. I'm gonna have to grab my.
I
buddy.
hope so.
It's probably on VHS. For all you know.
He's got
But
a VHS
I'm gonna have
box
to-
set.
I'm gonna have to. Hey, I have multiple of those stashed away. Okay, I used to collect them, but I'm gonna have to hit up my buddy to see if he even remembers because I think it's like his uncle or someone that directed it. So,
Dude, I'm gonna do my best to find that and REZOcast tweet it out to everyone because this is exciting. I really want to see this.
and now my hands are sweating.
Well, everyone, thank you
Legos.
for
You
membranes.
listening
still have.
to
a word.
REZOcast, episode 95.
It's.
No, I'm not saying that word.
It's not
I
bad
don't
at
know what
all.
you're talking So we want to thank real quick Blue Microphones and Headphones for allowing us to do this giveaway. And
Thank
you know, like we just really appreciate them sponsoring our podcast, and they just make such great products. Both microphones and headphones, and ones that are great for traveling, like this Yeti, and like somebody won today. So thank you guys for sponsoring us. And second of all, if you'd enjoy listening, we'd really appreciate it if you'd leave us a review on iTunes or, you know, wherever you're listening. If you just want to leave a comment on YouTube, whatever, man.
And
we
from here on
appreciate
out,
it.
make sure that if you are listening, you try to figure out every person will have 3 word insertion words. I will make sure that everyone's going to say them because apparently Lego wouldn't say Cleveland Steamer. But so if you leave a comment on our YouTube for next week's or any week in the future, or an iTunes review, and you can list every one of our word insertion phrases or words, you will win something from Wilson. I don't remember what it was, but it was Destiny related and it was cool. Yeah, you win that. You have to get
GameStop
every one of them.
exclusive, Destiny 2, Cade 6.
Done.
Whoop.
Deal.
Yeah, do it, guys. Well, this has been Lego, aka Lego Flash. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Lego LE Flash.
Twitter.com.
Where can they find you? Just on there somewhere.
Go to twitter.com and you'll find Hove. Right there. He has his own website that gets billions of hits every single day.
You know
Go
that
to it.
the search bar, you just click that and there's top stories, Hove 76
Top
every
story
time.
today
Top
is
story.
eating cat
Top-
feces.
Top fucking drawer.
The little pause and look around. Cat feces will make you smarter, apparently.
Yeah, today's top
It'll
story
make you
is
more
that
entrepreneurial.
cat poop makes you smart.
But anyway,
That's okay. My bad.
Yeah.
I haven't
do you know
ate
what's
enough
funny?
poop
Right
today,
after I
but-
came up with, like I didn't come up with. I did read that as an article. Is when I came up with that idea for the giveaway. Shows you what I ate for dinner. So you can find me on Twitter at Hove76. You can find me on Twitch, not very often, but at least every Thursday
more
night
help
at
tips.
10 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Hove76, and maybe on another day soon, talking Marvel.
What? Oh,
Mana Lightning, where can they find you?
I like that.
Like-
Mana Lightning. You can find me Twitch, Twitter all the time at the Manigator, and I don't want to talk, but I'm there at the Manigator if you look me up. So one day I might surprise you on there. Light, how about you? Oh wait, Wilson, how about you? Did we hit
Nobody
Wilson?
wants to
This
know
is
where
weird.
to find me,
There's,
but
there's a lot of people on my screen right now. I don't know which way to go.
nobody wants to know where to find me. Everyone
Get them
knows I'm at the
Doritos
local
Crunch Nuts,
7-Eleven
fam.
raiding the snack. But if you want to hit me, dude, they don't have them. I've tried. It's getting to the point to where it's obsessive at this point that I keep requesting them. Anyway, if you want to hit me up on Twitter, you want to shoot the shit, you want to talk about Pokemon Go or Destiny, at Ryu Wilson. That's RYU Wilson. Love to hear from you. Light.
Shoot the shit.
You can find me at twitter.com/LightBreaker__.
Ooh,
I almost thought you forgot your name.
the double underscore. I like it. That's sneaky.
Going all the way. Yeah, for real. Go check out Light. Great dude. We appreciate you being on, man, again. And you can find more about Team Resolute at Team Resolute on Twitter. You can find REZOcast at REZOcast on Twitter, which we've already told you about. You know, we got the giveaways going on there and stuff, so be sure to check it out. And until next time, guys,
PP.
GG.
PP. No, cat
GG.
poop.
Re.
Cat pee.
Cat poop.